Howdy folks, welcome to Adventures in Alberon, our 5th edition D&D campaign. I am joined, as always, by my friends, Matt, Miles, Allie, and Tina. Thank you for joining us. This is our original D&D one-shot campaign. It's been going for about 3 years. This is session 92, so we're pretty deep into this one. We began at level 3, and what are we at, 13 or 14?
14.
14?
Soon to be 50?
Look at that.
Who knows?
We'll find out.
Or never.
So a couple of announcements before we get started. Last week, we didn't play a normal session. We played an original one-shot called The Haunting of Grimkey Manor. We were joined by our guest friend playing P.D. Patterson.
Peter
Patterson, that was the name. It's a Dungannon City Property Inspector, which is an entirely new background, which worked out pretty well. But guest player, Dan, right? Was fantastic guest. It was really, really fun. Basically a combination dungeon crawler, dungeon crawler.
Building inspection.
Building inspection. There was a lot of building inspection. It played a surprisingly pivotal role in a haunting related kind of thing.
The whole family down.
Yeah, no, well, you know, check it out on YouTube. We have a YouTube, Alberon RPG. It is the name of all of our socials, Instagram, Twitter, all that kind of stuff. We do a lot of hand-drawn maps. If you look at this battle cam, and I can actually even throw down a close-up, I believe. Well, can you just tilt that down to see the minis right there? We have miniatures and all kinds of things
Maybe
that...
There you go.
So there you go. Look at that.
Oh, look at that. It's
We have fully painted miniatures.
It's easier than moving the whole thing.
There you go. So we have miniatures, we have hand-painted maps, which you might see later, all that kind of stuff. A lot easier to see on Instagram, which you can do at Alberon RPG. Howdy dos. So, we also have quite a few new things up on our Instagram. We have a whole bunch of art that came out this week. We have some more that's going to be coming out this weekend and into next week. There, You okay there, Ellie?
I'm awake.
Okay. There is a new group picture that's up of the Finger Gang. There is some artwork that is coming out of, gosh, let me see. Shay's uncle, this halfling inventor named Gamble, who there is already art of, but there's going to be some new updated stuff. There is some stuff from Era that is coming. There is a whole bunch of things that are coming out. Check out Alberon RPG on Instagram for that. You should be able to see, if you are using our mobile, the Twitch mobile thing, we do have our emotes now. You can see Allie's, you can see Matt's, you can see Miles's, and you can see Tina's now all in our chat. Those are available just for following along on our adventure. Additionally, there are some around only for subscribers, for people who donate a certain amount of bits. A whole variety of rewards for supporting the stream. We appreciate that. Most of the miniatures, the terrain, the theme song that it was composed for us, all because of subscriptions, the bit donations, and all that kind of stuff. So thank you. Even those annoying commercials that you see at the beginning and in the middle, those are helpful for us as well. So thank you for that. And I think... yeah, I think that's it. So the only other thing that I have to say is in terms of music and sound effects, if you hear things that are not us, that is coming from Sirenscape, which is a digital tool set for people who want to add sound effects, music, and other things like that into their lives. So Sirenscape, check that out. And with that, I'll jump into a recap that I didn't write, and so it will be off the top of my head.
Freestyle.
Yeah, I'll freestyle this. Oh, could you imagine if I had the capability of doing that? That's a whole talent I need to master.
You should just get Ryan to do that.
His are not appropriate.
What is appropriate about any of this?
Finger Gang. Speaking of.
There's a difference.
Finger Gang. Last that we played. Some of you bore witness to the beginnings of a Nilly Winslow concert at a divey bar called the Bullfrog's Last Croak, minded by a bouncer named Grogus, this large orc installed by your other characters in a different lifetime in our 4-part mini-campaign, Bloodroot. Yes.
It was Gorgus.
Gorgus, sorry. Gorgus.
Because Gorgus was gorgeous.
Yes, Gorgus.
That's how
Of
I
course.
remember.
Beautiful soul.
The Bullfrog's Last Croak, in mid-concert, was beset by the Undead, spilling out from the Dungannon Catacombs across the street. This sort of ossuary structure built to honor those who lost their lives in the Dawn Rebellion, the sort of downfall of the original monarchy of the city of Dungannon, which led to its eventual transition to the Chamber of Leads and the sort of noble bureaucracy that is so intricate that no one party can really gain any more power. Some of you descended into this crypt, looking for those of the vermin-collared druids that you had heard a little bit about, specifically seeing if maybe they could help you find Rex, a druid that the Midnight Assembly, and by extension, Zystrees the Mind Flayer, was seeking. Others of you drank, which sort of par for the course. Yes.
If I recall,
Sure.
we were the first ones to make it to the catacombs.
I
You were-
agree.
Because some people went to a concert.
Yeah, we didn't mess around at all.
Yeah.
The only reason that Heinrich did not make it to the catacombs first
He
is
got
because
too
he
drunk.
escorted Nilly Winslow back to the Doontop Manor, the
It's just not
A
what
bow.
was agreed upon, that's all.
elevated estate, empty save Uriel's Watch, this organization from the north, a continent that is sunken into the ocean called the Ald, who follow the planetary angel Uriel, Heinrich's patron. However, Aga, Morwen, Shay, you all descended into the catacombs, making your way through this monument, a replica of the... Gosh, I wrote this entire world, and the names are just escaping me right now. Of Castle Koch, the castle that was the seat of power during King Samathorn's reign. Passing through there, you pass the Eternal Ossuary, this chamber filled with bones, organized in an artistic way with the layers of these kind of longer bones separated by rows of skulls, intricately laid out to form a row or a pathway that curved gently to another door. You all passed through there and entered a maze of intricate bone sculptures and structures that formed walls, ceilings, and even chandeliers in some places. You were able to find a strange side room off with this plaque over top. Not that any of you could read the language. You cleared the area outside and kind of set up a little camp. At about this time, Heinrich, it brings us to you and where we are currently, as you rushed into the entryway of these catacombs. So give me 1 second here. After talking your way past the guards, very simple for you.
Because I also told him to let him through, right?
Yeah, but he also came in like blaring celestial magic. You know, it definitely.
Well, they were like, "Be careful in there," and I was like, "I got it," and
Yeah.
thumbs up.
I know more than you.
About?
No,
Oh, that's me saying.
Oh.
Oh, I thought we were still on the.
I mean, it's also
Contention.
true.
I am superior in every way. Let me pass.
Outside the cavern, carved into the foot of the mesa known as Anchor. I'm going to turn this down real quick.
Yeah. Some loud clarinets there.
It's very uneasy clarinets. That's what they're called, uneasy clarinets.
Ah,
Flautists.
Outside the cavern carved into the foot of the mesa known as Anchor sits the Catacombs of Dungannon, originally created to house the remains of the fallen fighters from the Dawn Rebellion, but as Dungannon grew and space around, sort of on and within the mesas became more limited, the dead were relocated from most plots to here. Heinrich, you come to rest in front of the somber replica of Castle Koch, the dark stone parapets perhaps 20 feet high, carved from the natural brown-gray stone of this place. 50 stone warriors stand about the crenellations and walls of this monument, sort of reminiscent of the lives lost during the rebellion. Above the entrance is an inscription, and as celestial light burns as rings about the irises of your eyes, the symbols of a language rearrange themselves to common and read, Fortress of Sacrifice, by Novso Nakor, a somber reminder of the price of freedom. The bones laid beyond here have earned their rest. But easy enough, you can pass into the monument, these sort of dark spaces beyond. You can see tiles of gray stone that have, even without any real light, you see shimmers because there is silver that lines each tile. What do you want to do?
proceed slowly and respectfully.
Sure.
It seems only behoven to this place to not disturb it, especially with everything that's going on.
Yeah. And as you walk through, there are still remnants of these kind of... Yeah, I got you.
Behoove?
Behoove?
I don't know.
Behovel?
That word just went right into my mind. It's probably inaccurate, but whatever.
At least it's not preserved for all time somewhere.
Sure.
As you walk into this space, almost your footsteps begin to echo, even in the small space with the high sort of ceilings and the stone walls and floors, and empty as it is. You are very mindful of your passage with the scale mail and all into this space.
Uh-huh.
But you make your way to the rear of the space, and you can see a carved archway which reads Eternal Ossuary. Through the space, you can kind of see now stacks and stacks and stacks. The door is open, you can see, but these stacks and stacks and stacks of bones that form long walls. And you can see here and there where there are support pillars, maybe like a foot wide, but those too have been stacked with bones to form figures. You see like a chair of bone off to the side, these sort of spines forming armrests, all kinds of things. Given the stealth checks at the end of last session, you also note a glimmer of green, and you almost instantly can kind of tell the cast off maybe like 30 feet away and to the left of Akka's armor. You'd imagine, well, you can imagine whatever you want about that.
Sure.
He seems to be trying to hide.
Oh. I am going
It's a
to,
14,
like,
yeah.
stop and try to sense if I should be trying to hide too.
Yeah. Make a perception check.
Is there any danger here? Did I just walk into something?
I think I was just passively, cautiously entering.
Start the night off.
Okay,
Natural
nice.
20.
Nice.
23 total.
Yeah, we didn't
22.
encounter anything yet.
So the way,
I mean,
the
I
way
had
that
immediately
the
thought.
way that you
Right.
guys ended, Morwen is
Knocking
hiding
down a
up
wall of
against
bones
the door.
and it took a hide.
You weren't hiding, but you put yourself up against the.
I was like cautiously going through because we had gone. The left was like the fancy door that was locked, and I was trying to pick that, and it was like not working. So I was like, I went to where they were, which was the other way, and we saw that it had been, like that looked like it had been opened more recently. I think,
Correct.
Right. Okay.
Well, that's where this whole room
the
is.
door, or the
Right.
bones.
Yeah. The bone.
there was a
door.
bone wall that's
Yeah, the
separated
bone
from
door
this
wall.
little alcove.
Yeah.
You guys are all now in the alcove.
Right. Okay.
And you said, we should wait for Heinrich, who can read all of the stuff here,
Yeah.
since none of you can read any of the inscriptions. However, with a roll of 20,
Well, not, but
Natural
20,
which is a
22
total of-
total.
so you don't sense Morwen, although you would imagine
Yeah.
she's around.
Yeah, I'm
Because
not
you
looking
do-
for necessarily them. I know that they're probably over there.
Yeah, you see kind of
more
with the
danger
shift
or
of Akka, who not really hiding and also kind of seeing you come in, not being especially stealthy,
Yeah.
leaning out, you see like glimmers of something like reflections across the armor, maybe Shay standing opposite. In the space also, with a roll with a natural 20, your eyes are drawn up to this inscription above a doorway that Akka is standing on one side of. This door is about 8 feet tall. It's a door of iron that rises to the ceiling. There's a metal plaque that is sort of caked in a powder that you would imagine maybe bone powder or dust over the years. But it reads Fortress of Sacrifice. Or no, sorry.
That's the first one.
Do not enter. Poisonous gas.
Knock first.
If you're reading this, how did you survive the poisonous gas?
If you're reading this, you're too close.
The plaque just says, there are no Easter eggs behind this false wall.
I drew.
My
to the top
dog
of
is
Mount
smarter
Nishi.
than your honor student.
Incoming
Hang on.
trains.
I left the sign
Baby
on
on
the last
board.
room session on Wednesdays. That was a good one.
Oh, so funny.
Okay. So, it says... Why do I not have this anywhere? Okay.
If it
Either
helps,
way-
it was literally the last piece of information you were going to, but didn't
Yeah,
give us
and so
last
the
time.
place that I have it written is, for some reason, it has like the little box, but it's blank.
Do you want to give me the gist of what it should have said?
Yeah, I'm going to give you the gist of it, and then I'll give you the translation, because the translation does kind of matter.
Right.
But there
It would probably take me time to ponder it anyways.
Perhaps. So what it reads is essentially those of Tenok, which is a location you would imagine, remember. and it says something to the effects that there is remains that have been placed here, and the distance between their home and this creature will create safety for both. It's more flowery language than that.
The distance between their home and this creature? Does it just mention a creature? It doesn't say
It says remains specifically.
Okay.
So you would imagine this is a private crypt, a tomb, something. And in looking at the door and kind of seeing the writing, you can just barely make out because it is reformed for you using your feature. But you get the sense that this writing is fairly foreign to the extent that you have not seen it before.
Okay.
It comes from far away.
Okay.
Aside from that, you don't see anything really. I would say you get the sense that there was at one point a beautiful engraving attached to this that has been worn away over time. And kind of getting really close and looking at it at an angle, and kind of like as Akka turns and little bits of kind of, for you, almost grayscale light cascade across. You can see like a jaguar impression, perhaps. You also get the sense somewhere, maybe about 20 feet ahead of you, the air shifts subtly.
Into this secret area?
Further into like this kind of ossuary. As you would continue down, what you get the sense is like a main corridor with branches that go off into the side, and it feels like a maze. But as you shift and look, you get the sense it is basically a corridor, just with twists and turns. You get the sense about 20 feet further in, the air shifts, as if you may not see the dust move, but as if there is an air current of some kind, and you would get the sense that there is something over there.
Okay.
Maybe something purposefully hidden, as you feel it really, but don't see it.
Okay. Detect magic.
Okay.
Just goes. I also say absent-mindedly, like, "Hey guys, I'm here," while I'm like reading this.
Sure.
I was going to ask if we.
I'm not gonna say it softly. I'm not yelling it.
Registered that something had entered.
Yeah.
Not
Hey,
knowing.
hey guys, I'm here. I
No, it's Heinrich.
brought Nilly Winslow back to the sand dusk spire manor.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah,
Nilly's
just like
here?
we had said in our plan. Oh wait.
It says a dark spot in the corner.
Yeah. Anyways, detect magic as I'm doing that.
The rest of you, as you see Heinrich step into view, the eye flares to life. And maybe about 20 feet away, there is no sign of magic.
Okay. 30 feet if it helps.
And 30 feet away also. no
Walking
sign of
towards
magic.
that door in the back just to see if I can
31
see anything
though.
through it.
Sure. As you walk towards the door, and you turn your attention to the door before you even look at it.
This is the one with like no possible way of opening. It seems like it's missing a component
Correct.
or opens on the other
Correct,
side.
yeah. So as you turn your attention there, it glows brightly, but not just the door, the entire wall. And you see running about 20 feet along, where obscured on the other side by bones, there is probably a magic component to the entire chamber. You can kind of see runs and then fades at 30 feet, but probably connects. Maybe a rectangular room about 10 by 20. The walls of it are magic. Or maybe enchantments across the entire surface of the walls. But,
What kind?
you get the school, right?
Yeah.
That would be abjuration.
Okay. Okay. Nice door you guys found here. Something important in there for sure.
That's
Does
How
not
do you
mean anything
know?
to anyone? Oh, sorry. Let me just update you real quick. Nilly said that Rex and all, if Rex is part of the
Who's that?
druids we were looking for,
Oh.
they're probably not around anymore. I guess they up and left. So he says after meeting or seeing them recently. So I'm kind of sketched out about what's going on down here.
Why? It's just a bunch of dead people and maybe some undead people.
Yeah, all these dead people are potentially undead people.
We're
Checking
down here
loose.
now.
You take the sword out from the sheath, and it does glow faintly purple.
We got company.
Yeah. Look, while we're here, maybe
Just
we
gonna
can
like
find.
spider over to the other corner of the wall so I'm re-hidden.
And as you do, goes dead.
Oh.
And that's
Spidering back.
towards the room.
Just to keep eyes.
Yeah, it goes bright again. So it seems as if there is something undead within that room. As you get closer to the door, loose begins to glow with this violet light.
Violent.
As you get away, it kind of dies down and then becomes mundane.
Well, someone's being kept in there or hiding in there. One of the two.
Well, if it's like undead, what do you mean? Who would keep like undead just like?
Who says they didn't do it themselves? I mean,
Well,
and then I'll read the inscription again and just sort of relay it to everyone,
Sure.
so y'all now know what it means.
I
So
don't
this-
know what it means.
Make a history check, Morwen.
Okay.
Of everybody, you are the only person who might have heard of this.
10.
But you haven't.
It sounds like a dish that somebody might make somewhere across the Emerald Expanse in Everest, but
What is it? Tannock?
Tanakh, yeah.
Tannock.
It's not. Yes. Yum.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's not it. It sounds like a place. I don't know
What
anything
is
about it though.
Why does that sound familiar to me?
Matt?
Yeah, me, Matt.
Because Calcaeus is a city located in the eastern tip of... Tanakh. There was somebody in the last one-shot that was from Tanakh.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, it must have been from a one-shot.
Yes.
That's... Okay.
Yes.
That sounds familiar to me. That's a restaurant in Somerville.
Is it? No, that's Tanoki's. That's a fusion Korean Mexican
No,
place.
that's
No,
the-
there is
that's
a
the
Tannock, isn't
Japanese
there?
raccoon dog.
That's Tanuki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's not.
Well, I don't know.
Anyways,
I'm looking it up, guys.
Tanakh. So the way that I came up with Tanakh is a region inspired by Mesoamerica. There's not a lot of D&D stuff set there, so I wanted to do something. It is a place that potentially other campaigns could happen. But it was written a long time ago. It's part of so Tanakh is on the northern tip of what was once the Ald. It is the only real large chunk of land left after the Ald sank. So that brief geography lesson.
Okay. All right. So Curious Door references a place we haven't been. Maybe best leave it alone if there's something undead in there. Seems like we got two options. One, leave. Two, see if we can figure out
Thieve?
anything going on.
Oh.
Which I guess would be 2.1 for you.
Leave, thieve, and what?
Just investigate.
Oh.
Because, anything related to undead now seems to kind of be a hotbed of information relating to
Yeah.
Zeistries.
Do we have a way of opening the door?
Have I investigated this door yet?
Not really.
Can I,
Make an
do a
investigation
look
check. Yeah,
around,
why not?
See if
Does
there's
it-
anything that we haven't
With the
seen
detect magic, does it seem like it's magically locked?
No, but it does seem with detect magic. No, you don't get any sense that there's anything around a lock or the door in particular. It is the entire space.
Okay.
Yeah,
yet? Roll. That's a 15.
a 15. Looking around at this door, it's made of iron, although an alloy that you're not necessarily familiar with. This is probably imported from wherever this Tanakh place is. You don't see any mechanisms. You don't see a lock. You don't even see hinges. So those are located internally. This door swings open. The door itself is about 8 feet high. Really well crafted. There's not a lot of seam to this, so not a lot to investigate.
You guys all get into position, all right? Like, ready yourselves.
For what?
I'm gonna knock on the door and see if anyone answers.
Oh,
I'm gonna knock on the door real quick.
Finding a shady corner to hide it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Anybody who wants to make a stealth check.
I'm going to hide and keep my eye into the room, not the little nook room,
Sure.
but like to the
The chamber that you guys are kind of
the
off
like
of.
the like why is no one looking into
So that
this
is
room
called
that we
the-
haven't explored? The ossuary.
What's happening?
I don't know.
What was that?
I don't know.
What happened?
Oh, that might have been the heat, actually.
Oh.
Our heat does make weird
Okay, that was
noises.
scary.
Did you
I know,
already
it was
knock on the door?
Yeah, I know, really. That is great.
No.
Sound effects. So,
Ugh, boo. Well, I ain't stealthing. Oh wait, it's a disadvantage too.
yeah, because you're wearing
Extra.
skills.
Oh well, yeah. Okay.
Ooh, that's tough.
Well,
Not your strong suit anyway.
no. I'm
Stealth
not
check?
I said
23.
ready yourself.
23?
22.
22.
Well, so I'm gonna knock on the door and then I'm going to
Spider crawl.
Okay. You have a climb speed.
Yes.
So make a stealth check.
Okay.
Miles, what was yours?
4.
4. Okay.
Yeah, I got a natural 20 and a 2. They're right
So-
next to each other.
As we're all hiding, you just like
I just,
fall
like-
into a pile of bones. You're like, oh!
I just like, yeah, I'm gonna like hide, and then I get distracted by looking into the room, being like, what the hell is in there? I'm just like standing, like looking.
Yeah.
25.
Okay. So you go up to the door, you put your hand over, and you knock. And it's a dull noise. This door is very dense.
She thick.
It's a thick door. Heinrich, you are kind of caught off guard and turn, and you can see just the door, no Morwen, but no answer. You hear the slight echo of the knock in the other room, and then nothing.
Maybe.
Try again?
I was gonna say
You
maybe.
look up, and
Maybe
Morwen
go-
Kells just drops down.
Yeah. And forms a fist and like.
Remember that door
cartoony.
that I told you about back
Yes.
there? Maybe you try to unlock that now. Maybe
You want me to knock on that?
unlock
Oh.
with. Remember you're so because Morwen is the best Finger Gang member and all of the other.
Not
Yeah.
just a pet?
Not just a pet, a really cool person
Checking.
and awesome at everything and
live
the
audience.
smartest of
What?
all the Finger Gang and all that other stuff.
I'm just kind of staring,
thank
like,
you for
questionably,
noticing,
like,
Akka.
what?
Yeah,
To
no
Akka?
problem.
I have no idea about
it's
this.
about time someone noticed.
Yeah, I know.
Huh.
Anyway, you should
Yeah,
use your
anyway.
awesome lock picking skills to go unlock that door and see if maybe there's something in there that will help us get to this door.
Heinrich, will you go check the door to see if if it's all magical?
This one?
I got
It's
you,
not.
Tom.
The other one.
What do you mean the other one? What other door? Did I see another door?
I'll show
So
you.
haven't gone far enough down yet, but walking past, and there is a place where this hall diverts. Morwen takes you away from where you saw that disturbance in the air.
Uh-huh.
You go past an area that is almost split, formed with bones that pile high to form what looks like alternating. It'll be a place that's about 8 feet high and topped with a skull, and then another pillar that's just like leg bones kind of wrapped together with this old twine. It forms this kind of makeshift wall. As you walk by, I'll say, looking through the gaps in these bits of bone with a natural 20 previously, you see small holes around ankle height in the wall, and you would imagine there is a mechanical trap of some kind. Stepping onto something there would trigger a trap. Not magical.
Okay.
But on the other side of this wall, the two of you walk, and at the end you can see there are two doors. One on the left, one on the right.
Uh-huh.
On the left, there is a door that is shut. It is a thick iron door, and it reads above it. Let me see here. This is 92. Ossuary Mutantis. You can see kind of, yeah, you would see that.
Does that word mean anything?
Interestingly enough, that is common.
Yeah. Family name? Or...
You get the sense that this is kind of like, you've seen ossuary a couple of times. It's like a boneyard.
Yeah.
This is probably a place for mutated bones.
Huh. Probably not a good idea.
You can see the other door. 1 second
Frank
here.
could find a girlfriend in there.
Frank have a-
The other one is open. And you can see there's just kind of like stairs that go
They don't
down.
get along.
But above it, it reads Le Agita Mors Ossuary, which, along the same lines, you get means Boneyard of the Restless Dead.
Okay.
So, mutated bones, restless dead.
The one that was the fancier door is the mutated one.
Yes, and that one is shut. The one that is open, and there are kind of steps that go down. That one is the Restless Dead.
And that's the one that you two had gone down initially, right? And then
Had we gone down there?
You guys had looked a little bit down it, and so you had seen the door had been like opened, and there are like tiny. Actually, you guys didn't investigate that much. You just kind of saw that it was open.
Yeah.
Is that where you saw the rat?
The rat did go down that way. Yes.
Okay. That would be where my gut instinct would be to go, if the rat's.
Well,
down
yeah,
there.
but I mean, I shouldn't bother opening this door. That's why we came over here. I'm not opening any doors until you tell me if there's any spooky scaries.
I have no idea if there's any spooky scaries behind. Check your sword.
Shing.
Pulling out the sword, there is, so from where you're standing, kind of right in front of that door, there is no glow. How long does detect magic last? 10 minutes? Looking beyond, there is
I can
no
just
magic.
Cast it again.
Yeah, either way, there is no magic that you see immediately associated with this door. You see a lock. It is definitely locked, but there is no magic.
Okay. No magic. Might still be trapped.
Show us
Why
all
would we want to be
your
going through
lock-picking
this
skills?
door? We're here to find the druids, and didn't the rat go this way?
What was the benefit of going in this room?
Shay, are you here right
Well,
now?
'cause if
or are
we're
you
trying-
back with the...
Something might open the other door.
I mean, if
that-
everybody had gone, I would have followed, but probably kept a distance and not made myself
Okay.
obvious.
Just look around. Like, Shay, where are you?
Kind of poke my head out.
Where did the rat go? Did you find it? Did you see it?
Point on the.
Agitated, dead. You're like, well, that's
Also-
my guess as to where we should be going if we're trying to do anything useful down here.
But going down that room, is that like the opposite side of where the door is that I knocked on? Like, I don't, like, does this make sense?
So, this is kind of the main boneyard that you guys have been walking up and down.
Okay.
On the west side, there was a wall that you broke through to get to that door.
Okay.
If you walk back out to the main hall and
Yeah.
keep going to the end,
Yeah.
the ossuary mutantis on the left,
Okay.
ossuary of the restless dead is on the right.
Ah.
It looks like they're all heading in the same direction.
Okay.
The one on the left, that weird side room, probably not connected to the rest of the space. The other two are going in the same direction, just opposite sides.
Okay. I mean, I don't really care. I'm down with whatever, y'all.
Here to
Need me to pick some locks? I'll pick some locks. Need me to not pick some locks? I won't.
Yeah, I would say let's not disturb the mutated bones.
Okay,
boneyard.
so
Let's
just the
disturb
unrestful
restless-
ones?
Yeah. What?
It's already open, and that's the way that we're
It's
here to.
already open.
But in all
We're here to
fairness,
find
they're
the-
already disturbed.
We're
That
literally
means-
we're literally only here to look for the druids, who we know take either form of or are friends with rats. That we tracked one that seemed to show some sort of either guidance or semblance of intelligence, and it went down here. That's
also,
it.
what, you don't think that like a place with a bunch of like mutated bones and stuff like that might be like what is mutated bones? Like, is this like like someone experimenting on bones? What's going on?
So, are Allie's asking or Morwen's asking?
We are
Morwen's
both
asking the wall. Who are you asking is Morwen?
I'm asking the
Because
lock.
I got confused too.
Yeah, I'm looking through the lock. Like, is this experimental bones? Like, what's going
Make
on?
a perception check. If you're
Okay.
looking through the lock, you hear Morwen just say, "What's going on?" Peering through the lock.
Cool. 16.
Okay. You see a pretty dark room. It's a long kind of like circular chamber. You can see more bones rising up immediately to the right and left. You see cases, maybe every like 15 feet or so, and shadowy silhouettes within, maybe like full skeletons on display. Hard to see through just this lock too much, but it's a pretty large space on the other side.
Any people
You see
that aren't dead skeleton people?
as you look
fleshy
and your
people?
eyes adjust a little bit, these mounds of earth. You can see not earth, but bone, just heaps
Yeah.
of broken bones. You see like skeletal arms extending out, but you'll see like multiple fingers and maybe a claw coming out of one. You don't see any complete skeletons from this perspective. There's no movement that you really see.
I don't know, guys. That place looks pretty gross in there.
I mean, we're in.
If we're down here
So,
to find a druid, and
exactly.
if there
We're
is
in
no druid,
catacombs.
then what are we doing here?
Well, you said it went down this
There was a
way.
rat.
It's also like there
Nilly
could.
could have been wrong, and we're already here. Press on a little until we hit
Yeah,
a
but you're
dead
also
end.
What's the
focusing on a
general
rat in a
issue of-
crypt, like as if this is like some crazy uncommon
We
sign.
tracked it from
Dead
outside the crypt.
rising from
It went
Carefully
in
making my
the
way
crypt.
down.
And,
Yeah, I'm just gonna like walk with Shay.
Okay.
You know, the one that's unopened might have more luck at opening the other one that's unopened, because if the one that's opened has already been opened, then someone has probably either come in or out of there recently.
That's the good thing. That's what we're looking for.
But they probably didn't find the thing that I'm looking for, which would hopefully open the door that we all want to open.
We don't all want to open that one. I don't want to open that one.
That could go either way.
We're gonna try to see what was behind there.
Shay,
No.
as you walk by
Not I.
yourself down this way,
Yep.
and
No,
you would
I said
hear-
I would follow.
Yeah, but you're so Shay went first. So like
I'm
Shay's
talking
getting,
over my shoulder.
Shay's getting like a 5-10 second head start. But Shay, as you walk down, maybe 20 feet down the stairs, they level out, and you can see like a 5-foot long corridor, and then there's a door that has been like thrown open into the corridor. You see tons of gouges across, like they've been scratched or worn away over time, perhaps. And areas in the door are actually buckled and bent, just small dimples, like hundreds of them. And then beyond that, there is a ladder that drops down. Even from this distance, with your passive perception, you can hear the sound of shuffling underneath, and then here and there, the soft...
Vaguely undead sounding.
Yeah, very undead sounding.
It's me.
You're like, Gunter?
Having a tough
No,
time.
undead.
Undead.
Technically, he is undead.
Actually, that's true.
Yeah.
I'll wait a second and see if
He's
anybody's
real-lifed.
following. And I'm going to stealthily make my way down the ladder if nobody comes.
You wait for a moment, and Heinrich catches up.
I think I would probably begrudgingly follow behind and be like, Morwen, you gotta be on my side. Support me in these.
Oh, I mean, I'm
There's
down to pick
good
this
stuff
lock
back
because I'm
there.
gonna be honest. I've been thinking about this for like 2 seconds, and actually, I think I kind of want one of those mutated skelly hands.
Cool. Whatever motivates you, that's fine.
Yeah. All right. Although, like, come on, the sidebar. We're just going.
So real quick, you run across the hallway, duck down, make a check with your lockpicking or your thieves' tools.
Maybe, like, just
Before I
looking
do this,
over-
though, you're the
Sidebar
first one
lockpick.
going in, and if anything bad happens to me,
I like how everything now is a negotiation between Morwen and Aka. It's always a deal.
No honor among thieves.
not going in first. If anything bad happens to me,
Yeah, no, I'm right here.
it's on your
okay?
hands. They'll all know it.
Yeah, because
Just saying.
Yeah. Okay.
No one knows I don't get myself into trouble. It's other people.
Yeah, that's totally how everyone sees it.
All right. So lock picking
I was gonna-
can't roll below a 10 on it, so this is just another basic 25.
I was gonna give you
Okay.
a guidance, but you went too fast. So
Wouldn't have helped.
I mean, it's 25. I can
Yeah,
only
that's fine.
that's my lowest
Fine.
This
roll
is a
on
challenging lock. And so
Oh,
as you
funny.
bend down and you begin to work on it, especially with Aka kind of like chiding you in your ear, it's a little difficult.
like I tried that already.
But after a minute, you hear the sound of one pin and then the other, and then 4 or 5, and the door budges maybe an inch in.
it. Go on.
Okay, take out your sword.
I already checked.
Okay, good. We'll just
I'm
keep
taking it
out.
back out,
Just
but
keep it out. So-
Okay. It's dull, the color of metal.
all right, now step aside. I'll go first.
okay. I get first dibs.
I'm gonna slowly open the door
Okay.
and carefully look in.
Little bits of dust
I
fall
shut the
down
door
around you.
behind. No, I'm just kidding. I don't.
So if you're locking a door, would
You
you,
see-
use your lock picking
And-
tech?
It's time locked too. So
Like mechanics question?
yeah.
If you're locking a door, would you use thieves' tools like skill?
If you
to
don't
do it?
have a key, yeah. If there's no obvious, like if it's not like
So-
a turn latch,
So
and
you would be screwed if Morwen actually wanted to lock you in there.
for what it's worth, you can unlock this from the inside. It's
Okay.
meant to be unlocked from the
Gotcha.
inside for
Gotcha.
reasons
Never
I also
that
have
will probably become apparent. So,
Right.
Aka, you step into this dark space, and we'll get back to that in a moment. Heinrich, Shay, the two of you, of course, kind of going ahead into the space. You step over to the ladder and look down. You can see already, just bumping into the ladder, there is this zombie. You can see like a lot of the hair kind of like raggedy down one side. The ear is peeled away from the body, leaving just the skull. So like it's like a flap of flesh that hangs off. You can see just standing, backs up just one step and just bumps into the ladder, takes a couple steps back and bumps into, you hear like this behind, like 2 zombies just bumping into each other.
Zombie mosh pit.
At the moment, given your general dexterity and stealthy nature, they don't seem to have noticed you. So about 8 feet below you, they just kind of slowly.
And does Heinrich notice this when he...
Heinrich, are you walking up as well?
I mean, I guess so. Would I have figured?
With your previous stealth check of 14, they still don't notice you.
Okay.
So you hear Heinrich kind of up, and you hear the scales rattle, but the zombies just kind of continue.
No, just like holding it up. Just like, what is it?
Zombies.
Okay, how many?
At least 2, probably more.
Is there any way you can get down there and see what that room is like? It's so that I can just talk it out and say, message, this is what I'm saying every time.
I mean, I certainly can get down.
But like, undetected.
Give it a shot.
I got your back if you make a misstep. And then I kind of almost chuckle because, like, you never do.
Except for that one
I've never seen you
getting
trip or,
impaled.
like, never be exactly where...
Getting impaled
That wasn't-
happens to
It
everyone.
happens to everybody.
Okay, so
And then that
that
day,
case.
Shay was like, never again.
just to help out a little bit, if you want to put that down in that direction.
This way?
Yep. And then you can put Shay, if she's going to... they would be right... Yeah, exactly where Shay and Henrik are, actually. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Lovely.
Zoom out.
Do you
Yeah,
have
to
dudes for the dudes? The undude?
The undudes, yes. Let me go grab the undudes.
Undudes. Yeah. Oh, this is crooked and it bothers me, but I don't want to...
Remember,
Thank you.
You taught me this.
Yeah. I just needed to get it higher, though. Perfect.
Don't we all?
So if you guys can place these, they're just
Couple of dudes.
right in front of
bumping
Shay. And
into-
yeah, so one... Yeah,
Zombie
exactly.
mosh
You
pit.
got it. Just 2, you can see. All right, so looking down, Shay, you can see kind of this like beginning entryway with this huge pile of jagged, broken bones on the left, and another pile in the front, and pathways that go off to either side. There are bones kind of scattered on the regular part of the ground as well, not enough to make it difficult terrain, certainly not for you. But they've been kind of over time pushed and kind of accumulated into these large piles. These undead beneath you still continue to kind of like bump into each other. The ceilings are 8 feet high, so there is a very narrow gap, which theoretically, if you timed it right, when they like lurch forwards, you can kind of duck behind their heads. It's a tight gap. But if anybody could do it, it'd be you or Morwen.
I could just fly down.
And they're that close. Okay. Yeah, I'll time it right and
Okay.
use the wall too to like kind of
Yeah, make an acrobatics check.
stealthily.
Make an acrobatics check at disadvantage.
Ooh. Joke's on you, that's still 25.
You're a monk. So you take a moment and you watch them, and it's almost comical because it's very, very regular. The first one lurches forwards, and as it takes the first step, you can see like the left foot of the other one had been pressed against its heel. It stumbles forwards, that one bump, the other one bump, and they both fall back, and then it starts again. You wait 2 times, 3 times, and then you leap, kind of taking both hands, pushing them to the sides and creating more momentum to kind of leapfrog your way through. As they both collide, you pass over top and they both fall backwards, and you land and kind of slide maybe a foot behind. With your movement, where are you going? And then I'm going to just roll to see if they notice you.
Is that also it in the room?
As far as, yeah,
I guess if I landed on the left
far as you can tell.
side of it, I'd just follow the path in the bones. And
okay.
trying to end in a place where they're not going to immediately notice me.
So you
but
can be on the
not-
other side of the bones. You're really
Yeah.
fast. All right, hang on.
But not put myself in a place where if
Right.
there's more things, they see me.
Said bye, Heinrich.
You see Shay stand on top, and then the zombies, and you don't hear Shay leave. You almost blink, and you just see like the wisp of orange, and then Shay's gone.
Yeah.
And kind of peeking over, you see them again, like step a couple steps back, and then begin to stagger forwards again.
I do that slow zoom in, focus, nod.
Oh man, I really
And
wish
then
I could like
I pop
slow
up.
zoom.
I pop up with like the Pennywise hand. I'm like,
Your subscriptions help us get zoom. So, one other thing, Talon did give some channel points for wheel. So as part of that, as you kind of like kick and scatter down over to this other side,
Shit.
your heel sort of slides a little bit at the end and you nudge a bone. Your hands dart out and you catch part of the pile as it sags and falls and kind of lean it back forwards. But you realize as you kind of hold this, there is an intact skeleton on the other side of this kind of section. As you layer it over, you're getting the sense within these piles of bones, there are creatures that could emerge. But as you stack it up, nothing seems to happen.
Ah, shit. So wheel for some insight into this room.
There you go.
Thanks, Talon.
Stealthily leaking my way through to see what I find.
Yeah. So make an investigation check or a perception check, your choice.
Perception all day. It's a 22.
Okay. With a 22, making your way through this space and looking into the bones, is there anything that you're looking for in particular?
Rats?
Rats. Signs of druids, I suppose.
Okay. You get
and druid
close to the ground, and in this space, there is like a layer of bone dust that has accumulated with these bones shifting and kind of rubbing over the years. You see tiny little footprints. Rats, probably. You see a few of them, but you do see one set very fresh. So fresh that it's very easy for you to track. And those are easy. You can see they lead over to this ladder on the other end of the room. About 2 feet away from the ladder, the tracks disappear. And you see full-sized humanoid footprints.
I'm gonna go over and check out this ladder.
Okay. As you get closer to the ladder, make your perception check was 25?
22.
22. You hear something. You hear shifts of maybe creaking. You recognize at this point kind of bone on bone grinding, but you hear something else, like a low chanting. And then at this distance, that's probably all that you would hear. Heinrich, are you doing anything over the course of this time?
Just waiting for a report back.
Okay.
Or any sounds of danger, in which case
Okay.
I have 2 targets to start with. There's
Hearing
no way I
this,
can get down there basically without like fucking everything up, so
Hearing this, I'm gonna make my way back around the pile,
Okay.
and I want to find a small piece of bone.
Okay, no problem. This is just shards and like you could find a little finger bone, no problem, thematic, appropriate.
And I want to throw it down the hall on the opposite side to maybe catch either Heinrich's attention or the zombies.
Okay.
Or both.
are you moving anywhere before you do that? Or are you
Yeah, I came back around.
Oh, okay.
Heinrich, as the camera zooms in on you and you kind of like nod your approval, you hear this,
Uh-huh.
and you look over and you see coming into view like a little shard of bone. It kind of spins in place for a moment before coming to a stop. The zombies don't seem to notice it, just kind of still stepping back, colliding with the ladder.
Okay. Can I triangulate the trajectory at which it had been thrown?
You've done this before where you just kind of like spam
But I don't
out,
want to like hit them. I don't want to hit anything else in the room, so I'm just gonna like
make an intelligence
I don't know
check.
what else is
yeah,
down there.
it's not a terribly high DC. You've done this enough that you have like
6.
6. Okay.
Do I have a feeling that it's that because this is like preemptive. I'm not doing anything until I
Yeah,
feel like I'm confident.
You kind of like think about it and you're like, it's from somewhere in that direction. No idea where it could be. Like the cardinal direction, south.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything
Okay. Fair enough.
because I don't want to
We'll get back to
hit
that
something in a pile or hit
Sure,
these
yeah,
zombies,
yeah.
like with a message being like, "Hey, you."
We'll be back in a second with that.
You up?
Aka, Morwen, the two of you enter the space.
Well, Aka does.
Oh, sorry, so
And
Aka.
I'm watching
Fair enough.
to see what happens to him first.
Aka, You walk into the space, and there are piles of broken bones, for sure. But there is a more orderly feeling to the place. And as your eyes adjust and you take a few more steps in, you can see the walls have been lined similar to the previous room with these rows of femurs and longer bones alternating with skulls. Every 12, 15 feet, there is a little stone, almost like a telephone booth style chamber with a glass or crystal front, and you can see dull figures within, although dust and cobwebs kind of draped across most of them. You see there's paths to the right and the left. There are stacks of very artistically organized bones that form like half circles, and then there's another path that go along a central, almost interior building, like a building in the space itself. Only about 6 feet high. It's a long, like gray stone building, and there are 2 windows in front with bars on the top so you can look through. There's a thick iron door
This is like
up
a
front.
tomb.
Seems to be. Although weird for a tomb to have barred windows.
No inscriptions or anything on it.
Not that you can see.
Alright, I'm gonna cautiously make my way in and look particularly at what's in the crystal cases.
Okay.
And then once I've done a once around, look more at what's going on with this tomb-like structure.
Okay.
And I'm joining
And-
once I see you do a full walk around.
Okay.
And then I was gonna do something else, but I forgot. That's okay. Oh, and I'm looking for something that seems like it might be related to opening that other.
Okay. Sure.
That's in the back of my head as I'm looking through this area.
Make a perception or investigation check, depending on whether you're looking kind of for details on objects or more for a general.
I'm doing detail.
Okay, yeah, investigation.
Nice. 29.
So every 15 feet, there are these stone chambers, and it is glass. As you get close and kind of tap on one, the sound, the resonance, not crystal, certainly glass, so very breakable. There are inscriptions above, in common. You see names like the Lobster Man, Wizard Bone, Long Lad, the Dog-Faced Boy. And as you look and try to get closer to each one, you can see there are certainly these mutations of the bone. You see for the Lobster Man, the legs almost combine, and where there is a knee joint, it becomes almost like these plate-like segments of bone that end in a lobster-like tail. And you see the carapace still intact. You see for Wizard Bone, looks to be a regular skeleton, but there is something strange, like the dust settles to form almost like glyphs across the bones, but so faint, hard to read anything. But these are all bone-based mutations of different kinds. Morwen, as you join, you see more names like this. You see the Twins of Calcaeus. You see Phleonomia, which is a tiny little skeleton in one of these things.
Do any of these names have any significance to me?
Make a history check.
From just stories in the city or anything like that?
Yeah, make a history check.
I want to check too.
Make a history check.
22.
22. Okay.
5.
5. Morwen, you would imagine the dog-faced boy probably very much a boy with a dog-like face. You've never heard of it, but you're pretty sure that's what it is.
I see you as if I'm not that, but cat.
Yeah.
All right, I'm looking at the weird hands and femurs and whatever. Now.
There are a plentiful amount.
Yeah, I'm looking at the freebie ones.
Okay.
I'm
Any particular thing that you're looking
thrift
for?
bin, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
Like that bin of collect your own bag of
Is there
rocks.
any,
at,
wait,
a
would you ask if there's anything in
geology
particular?
museum.
What are you looking for?
One that strikes Frank's fancy.
Yeah. What are you
No,
looking
this
for
ain't
here?
for no, this ain't for Frank. No, I'm looking for just something
back
real
scratcher?
odd, yeah, like a weird back scratcher with too many fingers,
Roll a D100.
or maybe something that I could sell.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
I read a lot about bone mutations this week. A lot. Subscribe to the Journal of the American Medical Association.
It's good that we opened this door then.
You got
14.
14.
prehensile
14.
thumbs on a
Okay.
elbow. That's a good one.
You find one of the first things that you pull out is a femur of a gnome, so only about this long. And you can see where the head of the femur would attach to the hip, that kind of ball part on the end of the bone. There is open like a toothy mouth. And there is no throat. It's literally just the jaw, and it's fused, so you don't imagine it can open or shut too much.
Yay.
But holding it, it's almost like an alien-like head, like from Alien the movie.
Cool.
You can kind of like move it like that, but it's just, it's a leg bone with a mouth on it.
Gnome leg bone with a mouth on
Yeah.
it? All right.
That's a lot of things. A lot of things all at once there.
A lot of things all at once there.
Mouth leg.
No mouth leg.
No, gnome mouth leg.
That's what I said.
With a
Not
22,
a no mouth leg.
you've heard of wizard bone. Not the wizard bone, but wizard bone is a condition. So those who are arcane and practice certain kinds of magic, typically those that deal with the temporal, end up with almost like a bone density issue, something with like time travel and gravity manipulation that alters the status of your bones. And so the bones over time get weaker and form these like strange marks that glow while the subject is alive.
Okay.
Perhaps this was an individual like that.
Okay.
And in a way, this reminds you of like almost like what you would see in like kind of sideshows or circuses, but dead.
Right. Yeah, this is like the oddities section.
Certainly, yeah.
Okay. Seeing that this is probably just like where they store all of the weird like freak show exhibits, I would focus my attention more on what's in the tomb, because that's probably
Sure.
a big oddity. There are no non-humanoid looking specimen.
When you say non-humanoid,
Like-
this is a vast array
Right.
of things. You see like bone-like lobster claw protrusions that look
Right.
like they could belong to a giant.
But like but those are all based on their mutations. There are none where it's like,
Make a medicine check.
okay. Ooh,
Rolling rocks tonight.
yeah, getting some good ones. That's a 23.
I mean, here and there you see just straight up tiefling skulls. With a 23, only because Morwen has one, you find like half discarded and cracked down the middle, almost breaking the skull of a mind flayer. There are certainly like bits that are misidentified as mutations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Coming to the barred windows of this tomb, the central building, looking in, it is an entirely empty, long room, essentially. Almost nothing in it, save a rectangle of stone in the middle, about 10 feet tall, or about 10 feet long, sorry, with another glass or crystal piece on top. And because of the angle and the layer of dust, you cannot see within that.
how large is the glass piece? Is it like a case kind of
Yeah,
thing?
it almost runs the entire length.
Okay.
So about 8 feet long.
I'm going to use my telekinesis to wipe off some of the dust.
Okay. Just so that I can actually measure this out.
Parallel maps.
So you are standing at these barred windows right here.
Okay.
And the Morwen can be wherever Morwen wants to be.
Which
These each
was
represent
the
the
case?
cases. Yeah.
Okay, so which
I'm
case
just,
are you?
I'm fucking
You're
around.
at the,
Put me
you're at
wherever.
the gnome mouth leg case.
I don't think
that
I was in a
one-
case. I'm at like a pile. I'm like thrifting.
Yeah,
right?
so put, yeah,
Like
near the
searching
left,
through.
yeah, anywhere in the
Right
room is fine.
around here. Yeah.
So, yeah, you certainly can reach that.
Okay, cool.
You gesture forwards using the telekinetic ability, this kind of invisible mage hand, and anybody watching would see like almost this invisible dusting motion. Dust off to the sides, and as it settles, make a perception check. You're like 15 feet away through barred windows in the dark.
That's 13.
You don't make out much. You do see the silhouette of a humanoid, but I would say even with that roll, it has more than one head. It has more than two heads. Kind of hard to see much more than that, but just the lumpy nature of it. Strange creature.
Is this side where the door is?
There are two doors, yeah. So there's a door on that
Oh,
side.
so there is a door on this
Yep,
side.
and
Too.
there's no windows on the far side, just a door.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna telekinesis just to check if the door is locked or not.
Yeah, certainly locked.
Hey, Morwen,
What's that?
you want to show me some more cool lock picking?
Maybe. I'm coming over. What's the deal? What's the scoop?
I'm gonna point out the door.
Is this with the window of the creepy thing you just looked at?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm looking in the window. Do I see the creepy thing? Because you didn't tell me about that. So.
Yeah, so looking in the window, you see, like, well, make a perception check. Maybe yours is better than Aka's.
No, that's a 22.
It is.
Your large cat eyes focus in the dark, and you see a 3-headed humanoid. The face is worn away, almost mummified, like the skin stretched taut across the bones. The teeth kind of like all the mouths open and back in this kind of death pose. There are only 2 arms, and those are crossed across the chest. This seems to be like an individual preserved in a certain way. There are chains wrapped around the body. There are no locks on these chains, but from this perspective, you can see there are like tiny bits of writing on them. You'd imagine maybe enchanted, maybe divine, hard to tell. But in some way, like this is an individual certainly secured away from everybody else.
Checking my sword to see if it lights up. I mean, it's like asleep, so I don't
And
know. But
as you pull it, it certainly glows brightly. You can see this bright violet illumination that like you see like more into the chamber just for how bright this is.
yeah, I don't think I'm gonna open that one. I'm going back to my little thrift pile.
Well, you know, a lot of the best stuff is behind big challenges.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the best stuff in here. I mean, like, look at what I already found. That thing.
It's this tiny
I ain't
little
into
femur
it.
with a skeletal mouth on the end of it.
Yeah. See, like, this is cool. Like, what's in there? That's not cool, man. Did you see what's
Morwen,
in
the
there?
voice of reason, as always.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't look cool. If he was cool, he wouldn't be locked up. You know
Morwen's
what I mean?
like, just grab something from the gift shop and let's go.
Yeah, truly what I'm doing here. Looking for like canned tuna, just like some bones,
Gift shop
novelty
tuna.
shot glass. You know,
Right.
I
A
feel
mug.
like there's
not opening the door to a
probably
chained,
something good.
3-headed figure with stretched skin. He ain't even
Come on.
cute.
You
No.
killed a dragon. This is nothing.
Yeah, but not by myself, and it only had 1 head.
Well, I'm here too.
Well, you know.
You guys are still technically out-headed by 1 though.
Oof.
No, you have Frank.
Don't you dare.
And
involve
you
him.
have
Petunia?
Priscilla.
Priscilla.
Thank you very much.
One
Mind
player skull.
Flayer.
Yeah. No, they
We've
don't
got
fight.
4 heads to 3.
Yeah, but no.
So just grab one from the wall and
Then you'll
You
have
know.
5.
No, I'm not doing
no
that.
emotional attachment to those.
I'm not doing it. If you want to open that thing, that's on you. But I
Fine.
ain't hanging around
I'm
to
gonna
meet
try
him.
to pick the lock.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right. If I see him doing that, then I'm just like doing one last like look over at like this new pile I haven't thrifted yet.
Natural 20.
Fantastic.
Oh,
Akka goes, fine, and he like makes a fist, and all of a sudden you see the thieves' tools like extend aggressively. Akka basically just punches the door, turns the lock, and the lock doesn't pick as much as it breaks. You hear like metal shear a little bit. The door opens a little bit.
I'm getting okay.
I look over
I'm
and
running
like-
over to the door we came in.
Okay, so Morwen runs back this direction behind you.
I'm standing in the
Okay.
doorway. I'm not. If this door somehow shuts, I will not be on the same side
Yeah, for
as
sure.
this thing.
Akka, the door is open.
Before I like enter, I'm gonna kind of make sure I'm not gonna walk into like any sort of traps or
Yeah,
anything.
make an investigation check.
That I mean this. It's I mean, it seems a little.
You guys followed a walking rat into this building.
We didn't
And then
follow the
deep
rat.
continue
I mean, I'm
following
just
it.
not sure why we're caring about the red flags now. That's all.
Also true.
I'm not caring.
What was the investigation check?
27.
27. You look up, you look around. As far as you can tell, no traps.
Okay. I'm gonna cautiously step in.
No, I wouldn't, dude.
Just watch my back.
Uh,
Come on, you owe me. You aren't even fulfilling your half of the deal. You don't even
what do you
remember.
mean you haven't fulfilled half of your deal?
I'm
Give me the
telling
cape and then we'll
everyone
talk.
I told you later. And
Yeah,
I've been
well,
telling
you know.
everyone about how great and awesome you are.
Well, I know, but you also called me very insulting names earlier.
That was because you.
I'm just saying it didn't do you any favors, and if I wasn't
You
offended,
didn't do
they
me
would
any
question
favors.
They would be questioning me. It's not going to help if they
Well,
trust
if you and
neither
Shay
of us.
actually like stood behind me instead of making me lie about
Does it
everything.
wake up yet?
Oh, yeah.
I can't even with you.
Okay, you get to within 5 feet of this, and as you do,
like-
there is a sense. There's this weird feeling that you get as
I
you
thought you
get
said
right
scent.
to the top.
I
No,
was like, I bet he stinks.
Many sense.
and weirdly enough, there is no smell. This is a very, very stale kind of smell, just of like fetid air, not like a corpsey smell, certainly, but you get closer to this figure. Within 5 feet, even closer, there is a strange sense that you get.
Fetid cheese.
Good sense.
Yes. No, not a bad sense either. Just strange. It's this strange emptiness that you feel as you get a little bit closer, and it's certainly part of whatever this is. As you take a step back, it almost seems to like ease away from your heart, and as you get closer, it is this almost like anxiety, maybe. But leaning in, you see the stretched skin across these faces, the teeth kind of out.
Is there any description plaque on this one, like on the crystal?
There
not the
isn't.
crystals, on the glass cases.
But as you get closer and you look at these chains that bind the body, there is faint markings across them. You read Elvish, right? These are arcane glyphs in Elvish, or sort of formed from Elvish. You can see there is an element of divinity to them. There's some kind of like a religious symbology to this. Make an Arcana check.
Oh, don't mind if I do. Oh. It's still a 19, though.
There are parts of this that are remnant of other magical items that you've researched within your time at the Dungannon Antiquities Collective. You've read of a sword called the Holy Avenger. It's a paladin's weapon, something that channels divinity in a way. There's something similar to this, although you get the sense it is designed more to bind.
Okay.
And in thinking about that, there are many easier ways to do that magically. Odd that it would be done through divine magic. And in that, you notice there is no trace of the arcane in this room.
It's just the chains.
Correct.
Okay. So it's being bound by these magical chains. Any indication what this thing could be or is? Like, based on its appearance as like a mummified three-headed...
Make a medicine
thing?
check.
Like, is that something that I've heard of in any sort of lore?
If you're asking that, then make a history check. That's a different thing.
Oh, I should have done the first one. That's 6.
Never heard anything like this. A three-headed person? You've heard of Ettins. Those have 2 heads, but they're giant.
Right. There's nothing else in this tomb of note.
You walk around it a little bit, noting that your ease returns as you get further from the box, but nothing of note. And as you get to the far door, you can see a simple kind of latch to unlock that door, and you could exit it easily.
Alright, I'm gonna go back out the way I came. Like, there's nothing.
I mean, that's something.
It's magically bound.
I don't care. It's
The only-
creepy.
The only way that thing's getting out is if the magical binds are undone. And I
Yeah,
don't
but
think
you also broke the
even know how to do
lock.
that. I didn't break the lock. I picked it because you wouldn't do it for me.
I don't like it.
You love picking locks.
No, I don't like that thing.
No.
Can we go now?
There is this where we came from, or
You came from where
This
Morwen is.
So this is an unexplored
Correct.
territory area.
Yeah. Just darts down the alleyway. slowly following at a distance. Slowly. Okay. Role playing. So you follow at a distance. We'll return to that. But Aka, as you approach, what is your passive perception?
17.
You hear faint kind of grinding of bone on bone, maybe a low voice from where you are standing. Yeah, that's all you'd hear.
Is there like a door, or is that just
This
a hallway?
goes forwards into like a hallway, and then you can see it turns to the right and around a corner. And you get the sense that there is maybe like a corridor based on the way that it echoes, and then beyond that is where the sound is coming from.
I'm gonna cautiously turn the corner and see what's down there.
Okay.
Like, poke around the corner, see if I can see anything, and then cautiously make my way down.
Sure. We'll get back to that in a second. So, Heinrich and Shay, the two of you, progressing kind of towards this other side and going up the ladder, Shay?
If Heinrich didn't respond, which he wouldn't have,
Nope.
I would have turned back and gone over to the ladder and just kind of like poke my head up, see what I can see.
Okay.
So this is down and then up again on the other
Yeah.
side? Okay.
Yeah. So you go down and then kind of one rung at a time, take the ladder up towards the top and poking your head out. You're in a sort of stone hallway. It goes straight forward. There's a pathway to the right, and you can hear now certainly this low kind of murmur. Maybe you've been around magic enough to know it sounds arcane. You, from this distance, hear that. You hear the scrape of bone on bone, undead, perhaps in that room beyond. The hallway extends further and then wraps around to the left.
I want to finish climbing the ladder and kind of stealth around and get eyes on the situation.
Okay. You go around to the corner and looking forwards, you can see through the doorway like an elevated platform. It is dark beyond. And you're wearing the night vision mask. So looking forward in these scales of gray tones, you see like a figure in the middle of this elevated platform. There is some kind of like a podium or a table in front. And you see this faint glow from some kind of arcane workings. Make a perception check.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. It glows a little bit brighter, and in that moment, you see there is a figure on the opposite side of this human. Darker skin, blue, kind of fine clothes, petticoat perhaps. There is some a sort of scroll work of gold along the sides of it that are some kind of a style that you are not used to seeing. They murmur and move their hands, and you can see wisps of purple red smoke that swirls and moves as if he's manipulating it into a shape. As the light glows behind him, you see another figure, short, purplish skin, bulbous head, and tentacles kind of moving off of it. And then as the light fades down, you see only the vague features of the bottom face of this humanoid as they continue to murmur and whisper and pull at this shape. You hear off to the right and left of this platform and the hallways that go to the sides, the bone sounds of maybe like lurking undead somewhere off to the sides. But this room kind of goes off and around into, it's hard to see on the edges.
Does it seem like a conjuring, or is he just like summoning an image of it?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, I'm not gonna know this. That's a 5.
Might be casting the wish spell. No idea. Maybe a cantrip? It's an elaborate cantrip, though.
Okay.
And you're being stealthy, right?
Yes.
Make a stealth check real quick.
19.
Okay.
I guess I'll walk forward.
Okay. You take a few steps forwards, getting closer to this platform.
Yeah.
Okay. So for reference, this is going to be interesting fitting 3 battle maps on at once. Oh,
Might be 4 soon.
Yeah, you need to go somewhere else so that we can get up here.
Yeah. I'm going to start Minecrafting through the wall, and you'll have to draw it as I go.
Well, very technically, one of you two needs to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Because currently
Oh,
Heinrich's
yeah. Just move the whole board. Oh, boy.
yeah.
Here, all right.
Where are these orientated?
So Shay
There's a
is
die underneath that.
entering
There you go.
right here.
Okay.
So hang on, let me.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Well, you guys get a nice close up
boy.
of this mat action.
I don't even think I can...
Check it out. I think I lost the die under there.
It's possible.
Right here.
It's about as much as we got. Without going off the table.
That'll do.
And what I will say at this point, so leading into the point at that part that Shay is at,
That's like here.
if you were to spin the map that Morwen and Akka are on, that is essentially the shape of the space. There is like a Y-shaped hallway, or I guess it would be a T-shaped hallway coming out of there. The right door, or the door on this side, will lead to where Morwen and Akka are. The door on the left is where Shay is coming from, and where Heinrich is further down the hall.
Other way.
Yeah. You got the gist. There you go. Yeah. Well, no, keep turning.
One
keep
more,
turning.
180.
There we go.
This.
Beautiful.
And then
We did it.
this is like a hallway.
Yeah.
Just like put these basically right up to it. Oh, boy. So Shay's now on this map?
So Shay is coming into that doorway now.
Okay.
Would I have spotted her as I was looking around the corner?
No, so you go up. So you're up. You're looking like up a ladder, or not up a ladder. Sorry. So you're looking into the hallway. The hallway goes forwards and then goes to the right. Coming into the right will come into that T hallway, which will eventually lead to where Shay is right now. That's
Okay,
part of the
so
T.
I'm making my way down that
Right.
way.
So if Shay had rolled 2 under, you would have heard her.
Okay.
Shay, as you approach, 1 second here. This individual is like enraptured in this. You could hear them whispering this chaos dumek. They pull, and this wisp pulls with it, and you see for a moment like bones emerge, and then back into this puddle. Maybe more of a conjuration, certainly not an image. It seems very visceral and very real. Here and there around the sides, you hear this kind of...
I
and then you
want to
hear
walk
the
up the
bone.
wall to the higher place. Like, I want to appear, like, right in front of him.
Okay. So you walk over.
Surprise,
and-
bitch.
Surprise!
On it or just like just on the other
Just
side?
on the other side of it.
What I will say is, as you, no problem for a monk, scale up. It is like a 10-foot kind of climb to this platform, and the ceilings here rise up maybe 25 feet.
Sure.
As you get to the top and you kind of put your hand to go forwards, it into like a wall of something,
Oh.
and you see glyphs along the edge of this glow into life. And I do need you to roll initiative.
Okay. So you're
Actually,
back
I think
down.
everybody at this point can roll initiative.
Oh, shit.
Because you guys are all close enough where you're
So,
going to start hearing some
For
stuff.
the record,
Yes.
we were not the ones to cause a commotion.
Technically, Shay's not causing a commotion either.
Rolling for initiative, you just upset some guy who seems to be summoning Undead. We were just cautiously looking around and stealing weird leg.
We were
mouth
grave robbing.
bars. I mean,
Yeah.
If
We
we're
were
being
just
fucking
grave
real.
robbing.
Yeah, you were. Whoa. Oh, wow.
I didn't rob any graves. I just
I did.
looked at a creepy one.
Whew, man. Unfortunate.
This isn't
for you
even like a
guys.
lost grave. This is in the middle of one of the biggest cities in this continent.
So that's
Robbing
a
a
natural
famous
20.
grave. Breaking locks and.
Oh, bro, it's real embarrassing to see yourself dance like that afterwards.
You crack yourself.
That's okay. It's
I'm so
All
funny.
gone forever.
Natural 20. Okay.
No.
Anybody 25 to 20?
24.
24. Shay. 20 to 15.
19.
Also 19.
Okay, so.
I got a +3. What do you have? +4?
13.
Ooh.
Wow.
Almost.
10.
Still not last.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense given the setup that we have.
So as
Yeah,
far
but
as I
I
have
mean, I
it,
rolled a 3. So
Wow.
Boo.
we have some
You
people.
suck.
Then we have Shay.
I'm awful. I'm funny but awful.
We have some people. Then we have Shay. Then we have Akka. Then Heinrich. And then other stuff is going to happen.
And
Then
Morwen
me.
might get a chance.
Maybe.
It's part of the other stuff. So before we jump into this combat, I am realizing it is 9:50.
Oh shit.
So it is a good place to take a break, and then we can jump right into combat when we
Okay.
come back. So
Give us time to think about what we're gonna do when we're so
dial the music down
spread
a little
out.
bit. Yeah, I know. This is so I
I
every
mean, I'm not
week,
really worried because Shay can just like run away.
every single week I do like 2 to 3 battle maps. This is the only time that they've ever all been used and all been used at the same
See, so
time.
it's good that we split the party.
Paid off.
Sorta.
Yeah.
It's worth noting.
You were
Yeah.
asking for it, having it fork left and right.
You asked for it, we delivered. Splitting the party to show everyone your hard work.
In my brain, it's like, all right, they'll pick one and stick together because they wouldn't split up at level 14.
You
That's
kidding me?
ridiculous.
No.
So,
Session 93 and you haven't learned that that's not how we do things.
anyways, let me cut
gonna
back
touch
here to
it.
our main thing.
Okay.
There you go. You touched it.
Thank you.
Nice job.
So thank you guys for hanging out so far for Adventures in Alberon. We are going to come back in just a little bit to start this combat. It is 9:52. We will be back at, let's call it 10:10. We'll see you then.
220.
10 10 2
10,
10 10 3
10.
10 10 10.
We'll see you then.
Bye.
And howdy, folks. Welcome back to Adventures in Alberon. This is our 5e D&D campaign. It is an original homebrew setting and all that fun stuff. To find out more about it, go to www.alberonrpg.com/lore to find out a whole bunch, about 150 pages of information about Dominion, our setting. But for those of you who are just tuning in, we are going to launch into a combat. The group of you made your way down into the catacombs, past orderly piles of bones for some of you and more broken, kind of scraggly bits for others. But, Shay, you were the first person to sort of emerge into this larger central chamber. Let me go to our combat view here, featuring our cutting board. Yeah, I actually finally have something specifically to transport battlefields. I just didn't get a chance to cut them this week. But we are going to start with the individual up at the top, or the two individuals at the top of that. Then is Shay, then Akka, then Heinrich, then Morwen, and then the Undead. So, let's get right into this. We're going to begin with the individual who is up at the top. Shay, as you jump up and kind of your hand hits this invisible wall, elements of kind of force ripple around your hand, and the tattoos on your arms glow a little bit brighter. This individual looks up, and you can see a look of a combination of disappointment and a little bit of amusement. For his turn, he is going to continue to do what he is doing. This other individual, however, is going to walk forward. And for you, Shay, you can see on the edge of this space now, as you kind of land on the ground, it walks forwards on two of these oversized tentacles coming from underneath its chin. It's almost the size of a gnome, but its skin is plasticky, sort of purple, where in places it seems almost wet, but more like a snake, where it looks like it would be wet but is not. It seems almost kind of slithery in terms of its appearance. The eye is huge, black and bulbous, and they seem to almost consider you from the top. You can see behind some of the tentacles kind of move, and as they do, you would imagine this is the creature creating this wall around the space. But it is going to seem to not divert you very much on its turn. Shay, what would you like to do?
From when I went up, it looked like the barrier went around the entire platform.
As far as you could tell.
Well, I can't break that, so I'm going to backtrack and I'm going to go get Heinrich.
Okay. So from that, you land. You see this creature crawl over, look down, and all of a sudden the head has to dart up because you are gone down the hallway. You streak around the left. Your movement doubled is what, 140?
150.
150. So, Matt, if you want to count that out real quick. Shay goes careening down the hall. Bones are off the pile in your wake, clattering on the ground. Heinrich, which you certainly hear.
Do I see her running by me?
If you were up at the top, yeah, you barely see Shay. Right down.
Shay!
Yeah.
What?
I mean, pretty much no regard at this point as I'm going, Heinrich!
So you hear that as Shay
have a
darts
problem.
down.
I think that's it. No, you get...
Heinrich, you hear Shay's voice. Heinrich, we have a problem. And you see these two zombies
Do I hear her?
kind of turn and begin to
I'm
move.
not being quiet.
Huh? Yeah, you definitely hear. Absolutely.
Do
This is
I?
115, not 150. So it'd be,
Morwen, yeah, you do as
so
well.
115, 20, 25,
Oh, it's
30, 35, 40, 45, 50. You'd make it right here.
5-0.
You literally make it across an entire map.
And you slide in the bone dust
the
down
camera.
this catacomb. You come face to face with these zombies that turn as you yell, Heinrich, we have a problem. Anything else, Shay?
Can I hold my bonus action?
You
to hit
cannot
them if
hold
they
a
come
bonus
over?
action, unfortunately.
Okay, then no.
Alrighty. That brings us to Akka. You see Shay run by, shout out, Heinrich, we have a problem. You hear chanting now at this point, beginning to get louder. What do you want to do?
What? What's the problem? Kind of make my way over this way. Peek through. I guess I would go to peek through this door to see.
Alright, so as you get to that door, you can see this creature
stealth.
make a stealth check. That's an action.
I'm gonna haste myself in fear of the problem.
Okay.
Because if it's a problem for Shay, it's probably a problem for all of us.
Fair assumption. So as an action, you're
Gonna cast haste on myself as an action. And then
let's put that on yourself, please.
Yay, we have them.
Yeah, we do. Thank you to WildBot 3D for these 3D printed rings that tell us all the statuses.
Which hopefully won't keep me from walking through the door.
I almost swear I had a hasted one.
Ah,
I'll look
shit.
for it. Did you break Aka?
I broke my
Paintbrush?
my paintbrush.
Not to worry. We can glue that back on.
Awkward.
Awkward. So,
Fuck.
awkward. You are hasted. You see these glyphs, these beautiful calligraphy-like glyphs flow to life around you, and suddenly, Aka, the world slows as you speed up. Anything else?
What do I see upon making my way to this door?
Your armor speeds you up, and as it pulls you into the door, you almost like whiplash into it, and you see now the head dart and tentacles up around. You see they seem to be almost manipulating magic. These large black bulbous eyes on this small purple skin humanoid look down at you.
This must be the problem. Mind sliver.
Okay. So that is a what saving throw?
It is
In saving throw, I believe.
int saving throw.
Oh, look at that. Int. Okay. That is advantage. Wow. Okay, so they rolled a. That's terrible. 11.
Nice.
Give me 1 second. On one creature you can see within range. Yeah. All right. So go ahead and roll damage on that.
Okay, so that's 5 plus 5.
So 10.
And then I'm going to use a psionic die. To,
What kind of damage? Is psychic damage?
It is.
Yeah, it's psychic damage, and then the next saving throw it makes before the end of its next turn, it subtracts a d4.
As this happens and you feel it take a hold, you can see one of the eyes squint a little bit, but it seems to do less damage than you would hope.
Okay, and then I'm going to use one of my psionic die. I think it's another d6 of force damage.
Okay. So go ahead and roll that.
2.
Okay. For what it is worth,
Oh, actually,
the force damage doesn't. So, how are you doing that? That's with telekinesis?
yeah.
Okay.
My psionic shovey.
Okay, that should work then. Yeah.
Okay. And then bonus action shove. Try to pull it off.
Okay. Yeah, sure. What is that in athletics? Strength save?
Strength save.
Okay, so it takes 4 away from that.
Yeah, so minus.
Well, is it
minus
not
the 4.
concentrating on anything?
No.
Okay.
That's more thematic, so you guys
that's
have an
right.
idea. Okay. That is a -2.
Cool. So that gets pulled 5 feet towards me.
So you watch as he is pulled and kind of bounces back. He can't go further at the moment. You see like little bits of light as this field seems to hold physical things.
Okay, and then I'm gonna haste myself back. I think I can go back to there.
Does it double your movement speed?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, then you certainly can.
You left your status marker.
Oh,
You left your haste.
I'm so
Just drape it
fast
on
that I
yourself.
well, that's how I broke the
Oh,
brush.
It's too chonky.
little sash.
Hook it on there. I'm gonna be like, Warren, apparently we have a problem.
Just saying it's super fast.
Super fast. Right out the mouth. That is Aka's turn. Heinrich, what do you want to do more when you're on deck? You see the undead turning, and you hear Shay. It's like the Doppler effect. You hear it far away, and then suddenly right down below you.
Yeah. All right. I'm just okay. Drop down and I'm just gonna like shove by them.
Yeah, why not?
I'm not
Make an
gonna let it
athletics
go.
check because you kind of shove by.
Yeah, I
one
mean
of them.
easily.
Yeah,
So,
you're gonna level
athletics.
this guy.
That would be an 18.
Okay, so as you drop down, all the scales like clinking together. Shay, you see Heinrich stand up, take the first step forwards. One of the zombies, and you just level them, like pancake them onto the ground prone. You step by without any issue whatsoever.
Okay, so that's 10 feet of movement. And then I'll just keep running because I know like I can't keep up with Shay. So I'm like, all right, you said let's go.
You begin to run. On your left side, you see this mound of bones, just thousands of broken shards and jagged bits. But you run past.
Yeah.
Anything else?
15, 20, 30 feet, that's it. Because I use my action to shove. Bonus actions, nothing, no reactions, we're good.
Okay. Morwen, what would you like to do?
So first, I was watching you when you were in the door, so I feel I would have known. Did you lock the door behind you?
No.
You didn't lock this door?
Nope.
No, there's no way to unless you're inside.
Yeah, and the latch is on the inside, so it needs to be locked from within.
Dumb. To the gross 3-headed guy?
Yeah.
So then who the hell locked it in the first place?
Great
He
question.
did, and then he put himself to bed.
Alright,
chains.
well I'm just gonna...
Imagine.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Alright, then I'll use... Dash.
Okay.
No, that's just an adjacent space.
That's 8. So that's 40 feet.
Oh,
Right here.
okay. Well, next to you.
So you haven't dashed, have you? Because you have 40 feet.
I have 30.
Oh, okay.
What's the
You still have-
problem? I'm readying
Something in there.
a
And you still have 20
a loosen butts.
And as you pull them out, there is that purple light that
Readying
expands.
a loosen butts for a nearby threat.
Okay.
Shall it come nearer buyer?
Okay. Sounds
Near
like a
enough,
plan.
by enough.
So you prepare for a nearby or threat. That brings us to these skeletons' turns. Okay, could you stand those two up all the way over there?
Yeah.
That's half their movement. And then they're going to shamble 10 feet towards Shay and Heinrich.
Can they step on that half-filled square?
Yeah, they can step on the half-filled square.
Okay.
Okay, so those are both going to get 2 Shay. Shay, you're taking 2 zombie attacks.
Okay.
First one is going to be a 19 to hit.
Misses.
And the second one is going to be a 13 to hit.
Misses.
So they swing and you just duck underneath and kind of move. You don't even need to move your legs. Planted where you are, you're able to dodge them. That is all that those two can do. Up here. Okay. Could you move all of these skeletons to the doorway? It's going to be basically within the chamber in front. So they should be taking up each of the blocks. Yeah, there you go. Akka, from where you are, and Morwen, from where you are, you see these 4 undead emerge into this space, and they stop only a few feet away from you, but they wait. That is going to be their turn. That brings us to the top of the round. That's 2. That is going to be his turn. This little guy can't see anyone, so he's going to hold an action. Shay, what would you like to do? Akka, you're on deck.
The one that's closer to Heinrich is getting hit.
Yeah, go for it.
27.
Okay, that hits.
9.
9 points of damage. All right.
29.
That hits as well.
For 9 again. Seems to be no number tonight. And 27 again.
That hits.
9 again?
No, this time it's a 6.
6. So, just again and again, as this thing lurches over, it swings and misses you. You duck underneath and rise up. It's just one shot, another shot, another shot. You feel the jaw splinter and the teeth like rain down out of the mouth. And as you pull back, the head is almost split open. This thing now in front of you lets out this terrible, like, it can't like open its mouth, almost crushed together. Still just barely alive.
then I'm going to reposition myself so that way I'm between them and Heinrich.
Okay, so slide 5 feet forward, kind of blocking off this path.
Like almost nudging Heinrich
Yeah.
onward as I go. Like, go.
All right, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alrighty, Akka, what do you want to do? And Heinrich, you're on deck.
I'm gonna haste, probably just over through past these guys.
Okay, make an athletics check as you...
Because I'm hasted.
You're hasted.
Do I have to? Because I can occupy their space, but I guess they could try to.
You can't move through enemies with a few exceptions.
How tall is it though? Because I can fly over.
You can fly, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, so absolutely. If you want to fly, the ceilings are about 25 feet high. So
Yeah,
absolutely.
so I just fly over them.
No problem. So over top. You see the skeletons, the heads, the eyeless sockets watch you as you go overhead.
I
and they
feel
turn
abandoned.
as if to follow. What?
I feel abandoned.
You certainly do.
Cover me.
So you floating up, I actually don't have my riser with me, I forgot it, but
We'll just remember.
improvise, adapt, overcome. You were flying.
It's going to be fun to move around.
You get to this point.
Seeing where I pushed the guy and he hit a magical force field, I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on.
Yeah, what level?
I think I'll cast it at just second level.
At second
Or,
level?
Sorry, at regular old third level.
Third level?
Yeah.
As you reach out, your hand turning and some of the calligraphy-like glyphs swim off your armor and into the air. They strike whatever this wall is, and you watch as they merge and seem to swim along the sides. There are cracks that appear in the air around it, and suddenly the wall vanishes. You see this creature almost stumble forwards.
Cool. I'm going to bonus action pull him forwards while he's stumbling.
Fantastic. So is he within 5 feet of you?
Yeah, I think
Awesome.
that pulls him. Well, he's here, right? And I'm
You'll pull him
floating.
within 5 feet.
Yep.
So I'm up here.
You're 10 diagonal
And
down.
he's- I'm like 20 feet up. He's like down here.
So as soon as
guess.
you pull him off, the first thing that you would notice is he does not fall.
Okay.
So if you're pulling him 5 feet forward, he's just coming 5 feet towards
So
you.
he also floats.
Correct, he does.
Okay.
Oh, we need risers everywhere.
So he now floats
Just,
directly in front of you,
kinda
and as you
hang
wait
off
for
the
him to
edge.
drop, there is no mouth. There is no way for this creature to like smile, at least that you can see. But the head tilts down, and it looks very intently at you.
Cool. Stop looking at me because I'm gonna shoot a firebolt in his face.
Okay. He also is holding an action. I'll resolve that afterwards. But
Okay.
go ahead and make your attack.
Ooh. 20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
All right, and that's 3d10.
You alright?
I'm joking.
Oh, no.
Well,
Not a sponsor.
Sorry. Skittle down the road too. Give me a second. Oh my god.
You okay? Jeez.
Keep
So,
coughing.
Anyway,
Keep going.
that's
You have a real player death.
15 fire damage
Okay.
plus a 7 force damage.
Just didn't make
For a
it.
total of 22 damage,
I'm
right?
embarrassed.
All right. That seems to take
Dance it
full
off.
effect. As you cast this firebolt, it ripples across the purple skin and kind of flares there. You see like seared, injured kind of flesh bubbling underneath. That certainly hurts. However, as a held action, it is going to cast Inflict Wounds. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll let it do that for a sec.
The tentacles stretch across the space, almost wrapping around you. They can move, you would imagine, further than 5 feet. And then is it just a... You may... Okay, 21 to hit.
No.
No. Okay. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving
More
throw.
than that.
Make a wisdom saving throw as it uses its reaction.
I think I have. Is it to be charmed or anything? I think I have some sort of.
It is not to be
resistance
charmed.
this. Okay.
As an elf, yeah. You against being charmed or put to sleep.
But it's a wisdom save, right?
It is indeed.
That's a 16. Yeah.
Okay, roll a d4.
No, you passed it on.
4.
25. Does that hit?
25 does not hit.
Oh, look at that. So
Haste.
even as it
Ridiculous.
kind of like reaches forwards, you can see it like intensifies its gaze at you and like lunges. And there's this moment where mind on mind, its hand gets so close to your armor and there's this burst of telekinetic energy and it has to draw back. The tentacles writhe around. In your mind, you hear the voice. Interesting.
So, my turn's not over.
Yes, this is reaction. And it's held action.
I'm going to use my second wind to use another action.
Go for it.
And I'm going to go ahead and lightning launcher him.
Nice.
So, 21.
21 hits.
All right.
Lightning launcher? Is this a rune thing?
It's a artificer armor thing. It's part of the armor.
Yeah.
Armor gets like lightning launcher, and then the other subclass gets lightning like
That's
punch or something like that.
18. Sorry, not 18. 8 lightning and 12 force.
And 12 force.
Yeah.
Dang. All right.
Or sorry, 11 force.
Oh, okay. Way better.
Huge difference.
So this lightning erupts from this gauntlet, and as it strikes into it again, the other side of its body stretches in this almost lightning-like burn. Now, injured on both sides, it kind of draws back, and for the first time you see it, and looking around, it's hurt.
Nice.
Anything else?
I already bonus action shoved. I already moved. I can move more, I think, because I'm hasted. I've only gone flying up. I guess I'm gonna fly so that I'm like pretty much at the ceiling.
Okay. 5 more feet, you drift up, your head just beneath.
Do I notice this guy now?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can see he's like focused on whatever it is that he's trying to do in the middle. Although every now and then his eyes do flick around, kind of looking at what's happening.
Okay.
All right.
That's it for me.
Heinrich, what would you like to do more when you're on deck?
I'm running.
All right. Make your full movement. And given where they are in relation to that bone pile, they cannot make attacks of opportunity.
60 feet.
Also, I'm
Run.
preventing it.
Also that. You run, kind of crushing shards of bone underneath.
Yeah.
And you get closer, you can hear the swirl of combat ahead.
Yeah.
That is your turn. That brings us to Morwen. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna loose on the dude in front of me.
Okay, so you step forward into this corridors of undead.
Just put it.
Matt, so those 2 skeletons on the other side of the board are also in that space. So each one of those spaces is occupied?
This one.
Yes. But
Oh, he died.
going forwards, go ahead and roll your attack on that first skeleton.
I didn't even know this one was. Oh, that's a coat rack. Or a
Natural
table.
20.
Natural 20 hits, yeah.
Oh,
that
shit.
So
I don't think it is because he has
Where is it? Is
people
that it?
next to him.
There's another coat
Correct?
rack.
Are you talking about sneakies?
oh yeah, give me a second. I have to calculate this here because there's a million things about this.
Function up in there.
Yes, I do not believe it's at advantage, unfortunately. However, you do get that as a.
Spider being alone, it has an ally next to it.
Yes.
And that negates it.
So you're not rolling sneak attack, but you are
Right.
doubling all dice rolls. These are undead creatures.
Right. So.
You're about to explode a skeleton.
Oh, that was like really pathetic.
Thinking.
Shut up! You. Shut up. I love you. Shut up. All right. Just Okay. 5. So that's 31.
31. So you swipe forwards with loose. The purple blazes. as it-
12 of which radiant.
There you go. Which strikes into the flesh, and as it, or the kind of bone, as it does, the bone that you pierce splinters open, and it's like the whole corpse ruptures from the inside across this chamber. Bones bounce off the walls, bits of dried skin pelt you in the face. It is dead.
Yay!
I'm going to actually keep this one here because it has a good base.
I can actually see that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's bigger.
I'm gonna butts the guy next to him.
So is that
the
one
next one?
Butts'
explodes?
buddy.
Go ahead and make your attack with butts. That's his buddy. I like that.
14.
14 just hits.
Oh, yay.
Loose spots.
Every little bit.
Oops.
That was a stylish roll, though.
6.
6. Hey, every bit counts. As that one explodes, you bring the other sword around in a long arc, and it kind of slashes across one. You feel the ribs fall away. Still very much ready to fight, though. Anything else?
I'm going back to my spot.
Okay. You withdraw, now kind of dancing away using your fancy footwork.
Yeah.
That is your turn.
How far? Do you want to go into the other room?
No. I'll do like right on. Put me right on the X.
That would be the first space on the other map.
Okay. Well then, fine.
You go to the first space in the other room. That is Morwen's turn. That brings us to the undead. The two at you, Shay. I realize now, what is your AC?
21?
21? Okay, so they can technically hit you.
2020.
Piddling.
The highest of those rolls is 14. So as they kind of swipe out, you're already gone. Yeah, no problem. You're just kind of like waiting for Heinrich to move, and then you're just going to go. That's those two. The 4 in there saw Morwen kind of swipe and go forwards. They're going to stay put. That is the skeleton's turn. That brings us to the top of the round. As this kind of like weird octopusy-like creature now, like looking at you, Akka, I heard what I said.
It's the Bond character or the movie.
Exactly.
Sure.
Anyways, there you go. I'll take a tally off yours.
Yeah.
As this strange tentacled creature looks kind of panicked in regards, the human on the other side is going to say, I can only do so much. Can't finish. Can change. And he's going to move his hands around differently. Akka, because you're the only one in the room, roll a d4 for me.
4-4.
You rolled
I got a
a
whole dice tray.
2. Yeah, I know.
And it's just filled with dice, which defeats the purpose.
My dice tray has 2 dice in it.
Yeah, it's whatever you're rolling.
Yeah, it's because I wasn't using this one.
I got a Skittles, not a sponsor pile, and I have my dice pile over here.
4?
4. Oh.
Bonus 4s.
You're blind, deaf, and
FYI.
Jeez, just
everything.
Something big.
So,
It's fun, but you have time.
this individual changes the hand motions. They become much more rapid. And suddenly, around the periphery of this altar, you see small, almost like tiny plants coming to life, although they are iron. And you see all of a sudden the very, very bottom of like a wrought iron fence. And then suddenly the portal shifts. The stone like swirls over into a blackened kind of,
portal?
yeah, into a black almost chamber. And you see this one long tentacle with teeth coming out the bottom of it, kind of lash out. And then another and another. And suddenly this huge eyeless, toothy maw roars out of this thing. And you see, now taking this place of the altar, because this is
Oh.
maw,
Sweet.
Paul?
that guy.
Hi, I'm Paul.
Yeah, he comes out and you wait for a roar, and it's, hi, I'm Paul. No, you hear much more of like a, I'm Paul. Oh.
Who dares disturb Paul's slumber?
Damn. Okay. Adding that to the initiative order.
Tina, you're signing us off.
I know.
I gave him a heads up.
Nice. There you go. So, thank you for that, by the way. That is going to be his turn as he casts Summon Greater Demon. He is then going to... he's just going to wait there. The other smaller creature is going to back away from you, Akka.
I believe that provokes an opportunity attack.
You move 5 feet further up, which if
Oh.
you have 10 feet is range, yes.
Oh, no.
Okay. So he's going to float down. You watch as he settles onto this like little stack of crates.
Kind of hiding.
He is going to... this little tentacle rides
nice.
up. Well, from this range, honestly, think
spit at you.
probably Mind Spike makes the most sense. Okay.
Does it though?
I mean, he doesn't know anything about you. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw, please.
19.
19? Ooh. 19 fails.
Whoa!
So, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, of the things that you could fail, this is not the worst.
Oh.
You are going to take... Oh, you're really lucky.
I'm gonna roll my con save to maintain concentration.
You were taking 9 points of psychic damage.
Okay, I'm gonna use my reaction to use psionic blockage.
Which...
a d6 plus 5 minus of damage.
Go for it.
I negate some of that damage.
So as this happens, this almost field whirls to life, and some of that damage seems to stop midair. This kind of psychic bolt.
That's a minus 10 damage.
Minus 10 damage. All right. So
It heals you, for one.
Yes. You can see this kind of force stop in front of you and dissipate. That is his turn. That is going to bring us to Shay. What would you like to do?
The hurt one is getting hit.
Okay.
For a 13.
13. 13 just hits.
Huh.
10.
10 points of damage. This one that was already hurt, you sort of step forwards to and just crush. The remaining elements of it kind of splinter from behind, and the whole thing seems to fall into just its constituent parts and scatters on the floor.
And then following Heinrich.
Okay.
What's the move?
And you're
I have 75 flat.
so you have
Gonna
an
make it to here.
you have an entire combat while Heinrich is running for a turn, and then you bypass Heinrich.
Yes.
I'll stop behind Heinrich. I'm not going to pass you.
Okay.
Okay.
And you catch up with Heinrich, who, and you turn, Shay's fighting, you're running, you turn, Shay's right behind you.
Yeah.
Anything else, Shay?
No.
Alrighty, that brings us to this new creature's turn. We're going to use... Yeah. So this human, you can see, kind of blinks, and there is this energy behind the eyes that dissipates, almost as if he's speeding something up, and then he's going to cast Flight on this creature. And Matt, on your turn, this creature, at first you see like this, and then all of a sudden, almost uncertainty as it begins to float, but then it begins to float with meaning towards you. This creature, just for sake of ease, is now directly in your face, floating
We're
up
both
25
floating.
Just
feet.
talking shit in your face. What are you gonna do? Hit me.
It is going to start by taking 3 smaller bite attacks against you. That is going to be 26 to hit, 24 to hit, and 21 to hit.
The only one that might hit is a tie to me.
Yep. 26
Then
hits.
none
Yeah.
of them hit.
There you go. The main mouth now is going to take a bite. That's definitely going to miss. That's 15.
I'm just like, boop.
So yeah, as this thing is moving around, you are like darting around. This is like you're like a Super Saiyan in Dragon Ball Z and just
Nice.
can't keep up to you. The cloak fluttering around, almost distracting it, causing it to be encaged in almost like this green wall. You're moving so fast. But that is its turn. That brings us to Akka. You see this thing now directly in your face, these roaring maws. You smell like rotting meat mixed with the strangest scent of like geraniums in the background. What do you want to do?
I'm going after the source. I'm gonna ignore this thing. Actually, wait a second.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Shatter on all of them.
Okay.
So it's a 10-foot radius sphere.
So where are you
centered-
centering it?
Let's see. Well, I guess it might not get this because this guy's floating. So I'm going to center it here to get these two.
Yeah, sure. So what kind of a save is that?
It's a con save.
Okay. Okay. So the guy up front rolled a 28.
Damn.
The little thing down there, despite the fact that con is one of its better things, rolled a 15.
Okay, so he takes full damage, and the other guy takes half, and it's 3d8 thunder damage.
Well, this is gonna hurt this little guy.
Yeah, he's gonna die. That guy should never have crossed paths with me. Where's my other d8s? What am I? Oh, I'm like looking at them, and they're right there. Too many dice. Nice. That's 15 thunder damage.
15 points of thunder damage, and then half to the guy who succeeded it?
Yes.
Okay.
But then I'm going to hit him with an extra d6 of force damage, plus 5. So another 9 force damage. To that
9
guy.
force damage. Nice. Okay.
Any conditions after that, or is it just constructs of disadvantage?
Yeah, it's I think.
Oh, and it's also loud as fuck.
Inorganic, yeah.
And it can break things, I think, also.
Yeah, inorganic stuff.
Cool.
I think gets disadvantage on the save,
Right.
but they're both organic.
Anything else, Aka?
Oh yeah.
Haste boy.
Yeah. So then I'm going to lightning launch this dude.
Okay. I'm going to say if you're doing that, because you're doing it through this large creature right in front
I'm
of
gonna
you.
fly down and
Okay.
around this thing
Sure.
to get to about here floating, I guess. And then lightning launch.
Okay, and because you're hasted, it doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, correct? Or does it still?
I think it
I think it
does.
does.
It's just
but I
your
have-
feature that doesn't allow it, right? Okay.
Yeah, I think it still does. But I have
Let's see
advantage
here.
Double check.
on,
You have advantage on
dex
dexterity.
saves, and I have more AC, so it's fine.
Does a 27 hit?
It does.
There
Oh
you go.
damn.
Okay. So luckily, it is one of these little like tentacle-like things, which lashes out, and as you go, it catches you right in the calf. You're going to take 5
Ow,
points
right
of
in the
poison
kitchen.
damage.
That's not much.
Hang on, I'm counting the rest of it.
Okay.
Plus, where are my d10s?
Okay, maybe I'll use my reaction on this.
Plus 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 23 points of acid damage.
Okay.
As this thing hits, each tooth is almost like an injector, and as it sinks into the flesh, you feel them depress and something spurt into your leg.
Cool. I'm gonna use absorb elements,
Okay.
and you said it was 21.
1, 2, 9, 11, 21 plus 3, 20, 21 or 23, something like that. 21, let's call it.
21 acid damage.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna do.
I need one more d10 so I don't have to
I'm gonna cast it
reroll.
at level 2.
Okay. So reduce the damage.
So that's minus 6 damage.
This calligraphy, almost ribbon, flutters to life from your armor and wraps around an element of this spike, kind of absorbing that damage, and it seems to hold it near you.
Okay, and then I'm gonna imbue the attack that I was about to do to that guy with
Okay.
that acid damage.
Sure,
that I
go
just
for it.
absorbed and smack him with that. So let's see, lightning launch. Ooh, does a 14 hit him?
A 14? No.
Damn, I missed because the poison.
It's close.
Okay. So it was 21 minus 6. And then another 7 or 8.
I'm keeping track of a
the
lot of
bite.
stuff, so you gotta help me out here a little bit.
It was just a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Okay. So bonus action, I'm gonna try to shove him off the back.
Yeah, go for it. So that is what, a con save?
Yeah,
Strength?
strength save.
Okay, one of his worst stats, but 17?
17 fails.
Okay. So you shove him, and he just kind of and topples over the
How
the
far
edge
down
there.
does he fall?
That's a 10-foot fall.
Ah, there we go. We have a D6.
So you deal 1 point of bludgeon or
Alright.
to force damage, I guess.
Alright,
Every bit
we
counts.
take that.
You're up as he hits the ground. My solar plexus.
Starts choking on a little small chewable candy that he was.
Yeah.
Hi. So nice.
One of the sunset sweets, yeah.
Yeah, sunset sweets. Yeah.
Anything else?
And then I'm
Scattles.
going to lower myself with the rest of my movement such that I am underneath this guy's line of sight and also like kind of hugging this wall. So
Okay, yeah, I know what you mean. So you're like floating
kinda like
about 5 feet
floating.
off.
Yeah, just
Sure.
kind of like just below this thing and like so they can't. So no one can really see exactly where I am.
Sure, no problem. That is your turn. That brings us to Heinrich. You
Hooray.
can hear this like roar and these like there's just elaborate sounds now coming out of this
Sure.
room. What do you want to do?
Sure. All my movement, I'm assuming, because it's a ladder, it's like assisted movement.
It's just 10 feet of movement to get up the ladder.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Can I see?
From there, yeah, you can see like these skeletons now crowded into the
Perfect.
corridor.
All right, we're going to use...
And even as you approach, they turn, they see you, they don't move.
Okay, that's fine. I'm still going to try to get him out of the way. I'm also going to take this time to prep something
Sure.
in a way. I'm just going to use my action to cast Crown of Stars.
Sure. So all of a sudden, as you're running, these glyphs blaze to life, flaring into circles of celestial glyphs that form almost a crown around your head, casting teal light around you.
And I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't want to waste any of the bolts on these dudes.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
And if they're not moving to me, and they don't seem like they're going to, then I can just, next turn,
Sounds like a plan.
them.
That is your turn. That brings us to Morwen. Morwen, you at the end of this hall, kind of you're at the top of the ladder.
There's no ladder. That one's just the...
Or sorry,
at the edge of
you're at the
this,
edge of that.
like,
So
here.
you can kind of like hear them coming around the corner now. The skeletons are still there, but what do you want to do?
I'm stabbing them.
All right, so you rush forwards, Heinrich, as you like flare this celestial crown to life. Morwen darts out of the other hallway and kind of begins to stab into this pile of skeletons.
Stabbing.
Stab.
Is this at advantage?
Okay,
No. There's
24.
still some left.
24 hits, yeah.
Yay! Stab. Hold on. Oh shit! That's cool. Okay, sorry. Anyway, so
What was cool?
Well, you missed this turn, so...
hold on.
Math.
26. Well, I rolled all three. I rolled 3 sixes.
26.
For the radiant damage.
Spider Eyes!
Nice. So all of a sudden, as this crown flares to life, Morwen darts out of the sort of side hallway. Luce appears, and this purple light, almost like a lightsaber, right through one of the skeletons.
Yeah.
You see this thing slide and then topple into half dead.
Alright, so just 2 left in the way now?
Yep.
All right, and
I can't see them, but I'm assuming they're there.
I'm not gonna butts because I need the bonus action to dash back to where I was. But when I do, I'm just gonna look at Heinrich, and I'm going backwards. I'm like,
Into the darkness.
It's that same amount of movement.
yeah.
So
It's like, ha!
yeah, it's like a
then
Soul
it just-
Calibur special move.
Yeah.
You swipe forwards and then cinematographic your way out.
Freaking wave dasher.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so Morwen waves
Frame
dash
lag.
to the end of your turn. That brings us to the skeleton's turn.
Crop the iframes.
There
Switches
is
out.
one. It's gonna hold. That's all they're really
Head
doing is
down.
just kind of holding the hallway. That is that turn. That brings us to the top of the round. So this guy
I just like
is
stuttered.
What a round.
That's weird.
from the crown.
Oh.
He is going to get up from this. You can hear him muttering and kind of like brushing himself off, and he is gonna kind of move and then go out that door.
Out this door.
So there's a door right here
Oh.
that he's going to go out of. Yeah. So he exits the stage. That's going to bring us.
Like literally off the...
Yeah.
With his movement,
Oh yeah.
because he
5, 10, 15, 20.
Because didn't he need?
Have to
to
stand
stand
up.
up.
That's true. 15. So I mean, he's gonna
He's
use
like
his
right
action
at
to
the
dash
door.
too. So he's
Okay,
gonna
so
move
he's
30
at
more
the
feet.
door and then
Yeah.
comes out this way.
Yeah. He's already done his thing. He's getting out of there. That brings
Who the
us
hell was
to
he?
the mind whelp. Okay.
I'm sure as hell chasing after him.
He's gonna go up to the top of this and land. Look down at you. At this point, you notice this strange look overtake it. This creature straightens up. You hear the spine almost snap as it goes fully straight, The eyes, these huge black bulbs, these large purple lids kind of close down. And as they open up, you see almost this backlighting to them, still black. But there's something deeper behind it, something deeper and almost impossibly old. And as it looks upon you, this new sort of voice almost in your mind appears. Aka, you walk to me. Thank you for making my job easier. It is going to cast... What's the biggest thing it has left? You are... So you're floating 5 feet off the ground, so you're about 10 feet away, give or take?
Yeah. I'm like somewhere over here, hovering up against the wall.
Okay. So it can't use any of
I would
those.
posit perhaps some sort of like cover, maybe half cover.
It would, however, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
I'm glad that you feel that way.
21.
21? So a tie for casters, I believe, goes to the caster, correct?
If
I
you
believe
roll
so.
if you roll the save, you beat it.
Okay, so you actually beat that save.
Oh, okay, cool.
However, you are taking half of this damage. So you watch one of the tentacles flicks up, and there is an eruption of like negative ribbons of energy that wrap around your body. You're able to fight them off. However, you are still taking... Actually, I'm just going to Google this.
Oh no.
I don't have 14 dice over here.
Oh no. Half of 14 dice.
You take 54 points of necrotic damage halved
Okay, 27.
to 27 points. As
Lordy.
this overwhelms you, as each of these ribbons touch you, you feel your skin almost begin to rot. It's like time itself speeds up around those parts of your body, and like you can feel fever begin to take you. You're able to shrug it off, but it hurts. Movement, action, bonus action. Okay, make a Constitution saving throw. Where are my D10s?
27.
27. Oh yeah, you succeed that, no problem. So you feel as if this thing pokes around in your mind. You can feel as if these tentacles are able to pull through the individual pieces of your brain like files in a folder. Or like folders in a file cabinet is actually probably a more apt way of saying it. But it seems to be unable to do what it's trying to do. It is going to then float 5 feet down and land on this box and hop off. That is its turn. That brings us to Shay. What would you like to do? And then this other creature is going to go.
Gonna spend 2 for haste. And
Double haste characters.
I have every intention of going through these skeletons, so I'm gonna make my way up to them and...
Sure. You're a monk. You run, and you see like Heinrich. You see just
do
the
like
edge
a-
of Morwen backing away.
Dive over them.
Yeah.
If you see me at all, it's just the face like.
And you kind of ignore that, putting one hand on Heinrich and then
Yeah.
like,
As much
using
as one
Heinrich
can.
as a post
Oh, no.
almost to
Anyways.
launch yourself over. These skeletons reach up, but you're already far across. And if you want, given your trajectory, you can kind of land at the edge of the wall and pull yourself up. I mean, where are you trying to go? You have a lot of movement.
Do I see this creature?
Oh yeah, it's kind of like floating about 5 feet off of that. So, given its size, it's probably about 15 feet above you.
So the big one, do I see the smaller one go off the back?
No, that's already happened.
Okay.
But no one you saw before doing anything is there.
Do I see Aka?
No. All you see is this huge orange creature with 3 tentacles, toothed at the end, almost like half mouths. And then you can see this huge gaping maw with no eyes or other expression.
Okay. I'll run up and hit it.
Nice.
Run up the wall and hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you launch yourself through the doorway, grab onto the wall, and as you pull yourself up, you use the momentum into an uppercut.
24.
24 hits.
7.
7 points.
24.
24 hits again.
10.
All right.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. So double the dice roll.
15.
15. So 30, 2 points of damage total. You launch up. It's an uppercut, another punch. You like turn your whole body around and bring a kick into the side of it. The head to the side and kind of moves back. The damage all takes, but it seems to be relatively unfazed.
Going to let myself drop back down to the floor.
Okay.
And circle around some on the opposite side, like as far away in the room as I can from it.
Sure.
Because as far as I know, it's the only thing still in here.
And you run around the opposite way. Suddenly you see Akka. You can kind of duck underneath and just slide under his feet. And on the other side, as you get to this crate, you see this purple, tiny humanoid. Although it is not walking, it is drifting about an inch above the ground. And as you turn, the head's already kind of turning to face you.
We meet again.
Yeah.
I'll stop behind the box.
Okay. So you stop behind the box. That is your turn?
Yep.
All right. That is Shay's turn. That brings us to this large creature. All right. So it is going to turn and just kind of drift down to where you are, Akka. If you could turn it, and just put it like right on the edge.
Does it see me?
Oh yeah. And even though it has, given the fact that it has no eyes, you're guessing that line of sight not super important to it.
Some sort of sense.
But you see suddenly it's just this large maw like up here over the edge. And as you look up, suddenly all the tentacles over. They're all going to attack. So that's first 4 of these tentacles. Okay. 26, 25, 25, and 11.
Fails.
There you go. So kind of all trying to hit. Finally, the large mouth. That is a natural 20 for 30, if that matters.
It does. No.
It's a natural 20.
Yeah,
So that sucks. So first, you take 8 points of poison damage. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. I'm going to say make that at disadvantage.
That's still a 15. 25. Sorry.
25? Okay, that passes. But... Oh, actually, I have the dice for this. 23 points of acid damage halved to, I believe that would be 11? So that is its turn as it kind of like growls over you from the top. You see like elements of venom kind of like dripping down from the teeth. It growls almost like a dog, although when it growls, you hear it come from its main throat and then from each of these tentacle kind of mouths at the end.
It harmonizes.
Yeah, it's very pleasant. Just kidding. That is its turn. That brings us to Akka. What would you like to do? Heinrich, you're on deck.
I'm gonna fly past Shay, trying to chase after this guy. So 10, 20, 35 gets me to the door.
Okay, that will provoke an opportunity attack from it.
From
The creature right there.
because it's
The tentacles are pretty long.
I guess
Not that it matters.
I could use one of my actions to disengage.
Up to you.
Yeah, you could if you wanted.
Yeah, I don't want to take another hit from this thing, so I'm gonna disengage.
Sure, you disengage from it. As it kind of reaches forwards, the armor glyphs come up and it kind of hits each of these calligraphy-like magical symbols, not able to penetrate to you. So you dart over.
I get to this door. Do I see him? Because I'm chasing after him.
So you see the
I don't know.
purple guy on one side.
Yeah.
You're going to ignore him.
Yeah.
And you're gonna-
as
you're
I
gonna-
go by him, I'm like, Shay, deal with this. I'm chasing after the other guy.
Okay, so you run, kind of darting around. He doesn't seem to take any actions against you. As you get to that door, you can see this is like a very roughly hewn staircase that goes down. No longer these beautiful kind of, not beautiful, but fairly uniform gray tiles and gray brown brick. Now, just rough-hewn stairs, down and down and down and down and down. And you see just darkness, about 60 feet beyond. The stairs, maybe 10, 15 feet wide, uneven, but you see him about 30 feet ahead.
He's 30 feet ahead?
Sorry, 20 feet ahead, because he had to stand
cool.
up and all that
I
kind
can
of stuff.
totally reach him. Alright, I'm going to reach him. And if I'm behind him, do I get advantage? Because he's running away?
No.
Okay.
Good try.
I'm gonna... I figured I'd ask. I think I want to hit him with something like another shatter.
Okay. Saving throw, right?
Yes,
15.
that fails.
Yes, it does. All right.
So he's gonna take a chunk of damage. That's 17 points of thunder damage.
17 points of
And
thunder
then I'm
damage.
also gonna smack him with an extra d6 of psionic damage.
Sure.
It's
Keep going.
9 more points of force damage.
All right.
And then I'm gonna bonus action pull him 5 feet towards me.
Okay.
And maybe also up the stairs? I guess it...
It's like 5 feet back on the stairs, so he kind of stumbles backwards a little
Yeah.
bit. So this streaks forwards. You watch as he stumbles with the impact forwards before all of a sudden he's almost like tabletop by you pulling him back. He moves back. So he's about 15 feet away from you.
Okay.
Anything else?
I think that is it for now.
Okay. That is Aka's turn. That brings us to Heinrich. What would
Cool.
you like to do?
I'm going to, while moving forward, just shoot
I'm actually like,
Okay, Eldritch
up
Blast.
next to him now.
just at the zombies in the way.
Sure. Go ahead and make your attack rolls.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Matt?
I'm next to him because I had...
Gotcha.
from
And
here,
then,
I still
yeah,
have
okay.
my movement.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So you haste up to him.
So we got. I guess I'll shoot the guy on the right with all three of them.
Okay.
So first one is a 14.
14 hits.
Okay, which is 7 force.
All right.
That was my lucky number last
So
time.
poof, kind of strikes in.
And shoves it into the
see.
wall with 10 feet of movement.
Okay, yeah. So roll a d6.
Okay. 5.
5. Nice.
Hell yeah. That offsets the shitty damage roll. All right. And then.
Yeah, it hits the wall hard.
Yeah.
You see one of the arms fall
Yeah,
off.
and as he hits, just 2 more bolts right in the chest.
Sure.
Next one is a 20
20 hits.
and 13 damage.
As that happens, you watch like the second one hits and the ribs like cave in, the back splinters a little bit. The whole thing like leaning far over.
Yeah.
It's badly hurt.
Okay. And then, well, it's funny you said leaning because the last one's a 12.
12?
So I'm going to assume
12
that misses.
misses.
Yeah.
And
It's
so
like
as it
as
hits-
it's leaning, it's just like hits the wall right as it starts to fall or whatever.
Yeah, it hits the back and then the rubble hits it in the back and it kind of,
Of
leans
course.
forwards again.
I rolled the dice right when you said starts to fall and it landed
There's
on a 2.
There's one hit point holding its spine up.
Yeah. And that's one of only 2 die faces on this entire die that wouldn't hit.
Rough. Yeah, that's rough.
What a waste. I have 30 feet of movement, so 1, 2, 3. Wait, sorry, it's a straight one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I'll just get like right up in their face.
Sure.
And like, I can't move by them, can I?
You can't. You can't.
I
Yeah.
can't like shove because I already actioned.
The whole idea, you would get the sense is they have not moved to engage.
Can I
is that they're-
sacrifice standing up and fall prone if I just dive through them?
If you want to make an acrobatics check to try to like slide
Athletics?
under-
Because I'm just trying to like bowl into them.
Sure. I'll say make an athletics check at
I'll start
disadvantage.
prone. Yeah. I'm just like just trying to get these things are wasting our time.
Yeah,
is what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah. That's
So,
the whole
like,
point of them. Yeah.
All right, so athletics disadvantage. All right, well that starts off with a 21,
Okay.
and then disadvantage. That makes it 6, so it's 17.
So you,
Yeah,
as
17.
you're running, you see this skeleton like kind of move to intercept you.
Uh-huh.
You slide, but it's almost like a more graceful fall. And the armor scrapes, causing sparks as you go underneath.
Yeah.
It wins you a little bit, but you end up on the other side.
Okay, perfect. So I'm in the room now. I'll just, I'll pay the prone price for that. And that's my full movement. And
Fantastic.
I'm just like clumsy, like, get out of my way! I'm just like falling down.
Still this crown of celestial energy around your head.
It's like oddly clumsy motherfucker with like a beautiful halo.
Absolutely. Morwen, what would you like to do? You can now see Heinrich fall on his back and slide underneath the skeleton into the room. The skeleton kind of like almost breaking in half as that happens.
Is it the last one?
Yes.
No, there's one more after.
Oh, sorry. Yes, there's one. There's one unhurt.
On it.
There's one completely unhurt and one that's basically dead.
There's one for butts and one for loose.
Don't you tell me what to do. I'm going to loose some butts
Okay.
on the one that isn't hurt yet.
Okay. So go ahead and make your attack roll with loose. That was hard grammar to follow. Okay.
Loose the butts.
Yeah.
How about just baseball slid
I'm having
in D&D?
so much trouble. It's 21.
21 hits.
Sorry, that was really...
Struggle.
Don't know what was just happening.
Rolling is tough.
Okay. Yeet. Whoop. All right. So that is 10. That's 19.
19. This violet blade flashes out again, kind of severing an arm. Part of the shoulder gives away as well. A lot of damage, but not dead.
Oh. Butts.
All right. Same one?
Same dude.
Okay.
For a 23.
23 hits.
CX. Die!
Almost matching the one next to it. As you cut across with the short sword, it snaps the lower half, and again, it like falls almost all the way back. Each of these skeletons has only one hit point left.
Okay, so they're like out of the way.
They're both badly hurt, kind of, but still blocking this hallway.
Are they like prone?
No.
Oh, so I can't walk through them and like be fine.
Try to do what I did, but over them or something. Well, actually, it took you all your movement to get there. So.
Yeah, but I can always feline agility or something.
You also have a climbing speed.
Well,
I can't.
it's not in
Well, yeah,
addition
actually.
to.
Wait, is this like? But this goes all the way up.
It does, but the
Everyone's flying
doorway
over,
is
that's not-
only about like 6-7 feet tall. The ceilings are about 25 feet tall in the hallway and in the room beyond.
All right, I'm gonna use my feline agility to climb up the wall out of reach and just
Okay.
be like, and wait till I have more speed
using
so I
your-
can get by them.
Using your powerful Rachel feature, you crawl up the wall and stick your tongue out, as you do. Fantastic. That is your turn. That brings us to the skeletons. They can't hit you. So that is their turn. They're just going to stand there.
Stupids.
They're going to stand there just gazing with open eye sockets up at you. That brings us to the top of the round. So the guy that you just hit is going to wheel around at you. He's already seen your AC. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
That is 14.
14. Sucks. Oh,
You can use my reaction to make that a 19.
still sucks to suck.
Oh.
Yeah. So again, you see this black, white, almost negative ribbons of energy go out from the hand and almost form like a cloak around you before they wrap taut. And as your skin seems to boil and blister with necrotic damage, you are going to take 40 points of necrotic damage.
40?
40.
Damn.
Wow.
That actually wasn't a great roll.
Well, it's good enough because I believe I am down.
That drops you.
Yeah.
So as you hit the ground and darkness begins to overtake you,
No!
he is going to bend down. You see and kind of hear him look over his shoulder and then go, As you wish. He turns around. The last thing that you feel is his hands go around your right arm. That is your turn. That is his turn. That brings us to this little mind whelp thing that Shay is going to see you. It's going to turn.
What just happened?
Fucking alive.
Did you just get knocked
I
out?
just got knocked out. Yeah.
It's going to
got
turn.
bit for like a lot of
I
damage.
can't see the
You
other
got vampire
side.
did?
It is going to
Well, I got smacked by that.
reach forwards, and Morwen, at the very base of the door where you
you're
see
each-
suddenly the air shimmers, this purple arcane gate appears. Shay, you can see in front of him a similar matching gate, and he's going to step through. And Morwen, below you, if you could put that little purple guy in the space in front of the skeleton,
Oh,
he's going to step out there.
Spread attack.
so like legit.
In his mind, he's like, "Why would they be like spread out that far apart?"
And little does he
That's
know, I'm just
stupid.
like,
He's trying to run away.
So he uses his action to cast that spell. With his passive perception, he does not notice Morwen, and he is going to just start slowly, using only his 25 feet of movement, just float down the hall. As he
Does
believes, no, you're 25 feet up
Yeah.
on the thing. He believes he is out of danger, so he is now just leisurely floating down the hallway. There's this
floating?
demon behind him. He's like, good.
Yeah.
So he floats out the hall. That is his turn. That brings us to
Talon
Shay.
asked Akka a question.
Okay, so we'll do that. We'll do that at the end.
Just point it out.
Thank you, Talon. We'll get to that question at the end. Shay, what would you like to do?
I saw this creature step into this and disappear, right?
Yep. And then the gate kind of folds, and then is out of sight behind him.
Go around the corner and chase after Akka.
Okay, so you round the corner and get to where
Perfect.
you
I'm
see
dueling this thing as I intended.
Really?
Yeah.
No, but yeah.
Akka on the ground,
I'm ready to
unconscious,
crown
and
a
you can
star
see that
just in case.
this individual is bent down over the right hand. You can see now the armor has not been removed, but there are parts of it around the arm that are almost translucent, and you see this dark, inky shape beginning to move and slither around within Akka's arm. You see the fingers beginning to turn. They switch to metal, to wood, to other things. Suddenly, the hand, for just a second, you can see a rabbit, and then back to this black, slithering kind of energy. The human doesn't look up, seems to notice you. The eyebrow moves, but still doing whatever he's doing.
Cool, he's getting hit.
Alrighty.
That's 29,
29 hits.
Nice.
8.
8. So hang on one sec. Hang on, before you roll again, he's going to do something with his reaction.
Shit.
Okay, so go ahead and for me make a. Oh no, never mind. You're fine.
Okay. 22.
22 hits.
6.
Okay.
26.
26. That hits.
6. And a flurry of blows. Why
Yeah,
not?
go for it.
Kill the man.
24.
24.
Kill him.
Everyone hates the man. Kill him.
7.
7. All right. He's starting to get hurt.
Kill him. Kill him.
27.
27 hits as well.
And he can make a Constitution saving throw.
He's
Kill him.
probably not gonna.
He can't because
It's
he's
cocked. It's the same roll. That's a 12.
Okay.
That is 12 points of damage, and he is stunned until the end of my next turn.
Kill him.
So all of a sudden, he reaches down, he begins to kind of do this thing, and as his eyebrow raises up, suddenly the shadow falls across his work. Before he can even start to look up, you lay into him. You feel like the flesh give away, and before it can even spring back from that, you're hitting him again. And again and again, the skin splits underneath your hands, and the cloth of the armor that he's wearing soaks through with blood. You split like his skin basically down the sternum with this assault. Yeah, it's brutal. He is badly hurt, but still up.
And he can't do a thing until the end of my
And
next
he
turn.
is stunned. So, 1 second.
Sucker.
Oh,
yeah,
and I'm
throw
no
Shay out
longer
there, too.
hasted because
Oop,
I've
next
gone
to him.
down. So.
Yes, so if you could go ahead and lay yourself flat there
And
on
then
the
put
ground.
Shay like next to him. or
That
something.
is anything else?
Not that anyone can see it,
Shay.
including myself.
No, that's it.
Okay, so you now stand and everything's slow around you. You see him like locking up, and you can see Akka just unconscious in front of you. That is Shay's turn. That brings us to this demon.
Would it technically be me making a death save?
No, this demon rolled a 20 on
Oh,
initiative,
okay.
so it's above
Oh,
you.
this
and
one
Heimer.
that
Yeah.
spawned halfway.
It no longer has a controller. So, roll a d4 for me since you broke the control.
Well, I guess I'm heading out then. Bye, y'all.
Is it going to chase after them?
It's
or
going
Why
to
would I
drop
do
down
this?
here and then begin to move around this way. Can you move it 40 feet forwards? And then if it wherever it gets you another 40 feet,
That's
it's going to get to the
5,
doorway.
10, 15,
Can it fit through the
20,
door?
No.
25.
So it gets to the doorway. It's going to
starts
start
to, like-
attacking the door. It's going to take 2 attacks at a time. The first 2... I should really just roll damage for that.
The benefits of being downed like this is that I don't suffer the effects of
So,
haste's exhaustion.
With just these 2 tentacles, bashes open the door wide enough for it to move in.
That is
Explodes through the space. Akka, unfortunately,
Oh?
it's going to take 2 of the other tentacle attacks on you.
Oh, well, he's down, so don't they just...
yeah.
So that's
Advantage
2
or-
death save. That's 2 death fails.
Oh my god!
And then the big mouth attack is going to be on you, Shay.
Okay.
It is a 25 to hit.
Talon's question may not matter in a second. Holy shit!
25 to hit. You're going to take 3
That's a
points of
fucking
poison
twist.
damage.
I would argue that since I'm immune to poison,
You're immune to poison, not poison.
Acid damage or poison damage?
If it says poison damage, check the feature. Then that would make you immune to that. I
Versus
know you're
being
immune to being
poisoned.
poisoned.
I'm
Right.
immune to being
Good
poisoned.
thing Shay can stabilize me on the next turn.
Theoretically.
Well,
I can't help you.
That's brutal.
I don't even know you're
Is
down.
that max on almost every dice? No.
see if Nod was out already, I could just have her fly.
Make a Constitution
but
saving
it's an
throw as
action
well
to bring
once
her
you
back out, and then
look
an
that up.
action to cast the spell. Spare the dying. Which is better than cure wounds because
Dude, just
you don't
leave a
want to be brought
finger.
back up.
I know
you
what
want
to
stay
do.
down but stable.
Leave a
25?
finger.
25. You take 59 points of acid damage.
This time.
Half
Another grunt. You make
to, I
an
believe,
army.
28 points of acid damage as well.
Oof.
So the way it's worded, immune to disease and poison.
So
Yeah.
not poison damage.
Yeah.
So you still
It
take
would
that.
say damage specifically.
So 3 points of poison damage and then 59 points of acid damage halved.
Damn.
To what?
Have
28.
28.
round down. Hi-ya-ya.
Okay.
That is its turn. That is going to bring, and for what it's worth, the guy who is stunned in front of you, his eyes drift up and he looks panicked, like he is not in control of this creature. Akka, make a death save.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Can I use my reaction?
So when you're unconscious, you can't use a reaction. Damn. Look at that. So
Fucking hell.
with 3 death
God damn it.
failures.
I gotta come up with a new fucking character again?
Wait.
Shay, in this
Does
slow
anyone-
yeah, if anybody has anything to do, but in this slow motion moment, Shay,
There's nothing I can do.
you watch as Akka, the shallow breaths stop.
Fuck.
Akka, your turn. Heinrich, what do you want to do?
I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on beyond that wall, but I saw my target leave, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get up and sprint. So 45 feet of movement, because 15 to stand, 15 move, and then 30 again move as far as I can.
Okay.
I
So
have no idea. That would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 45. So I have done all of nothing this entire combat.
excellent.
Except for a zombie and Crown of Stars cast.
There you go.
And you just see Akka dead, and you're
I
just
don't
like,
see anything.
not around the corner.
I don't
Yeah, from
see.
here,
I have
nothing.
had
Where
Yeah.
is everybody?
I have
So
had-
we're in the
Around the
hallway.
corner
I have
on
had-
that way, yeah.
Oh,
next
you're
to
far.
no interaction
Yeah.
with anyone.
Okay.
This entire combat.
All
Anyone
right,
at all.
Heinrich, anything else?
That's literally all I can do.
Morwen, beneath you, you see this purple-skinned creature just kind of
Flying
floating.
squirrel at him.
Okay, yeah. You
Lick
leap
loose.
from the darkness. This is a sneak attack for sure, so roll at
Yes.
advantage, yeah. There's no way that you can expect a tabaxi to be lurking in the ceiling corner in a corridor.
You know, if you knew
Bring
me,
you
you
back
would.
as-
But
Fair
this
enough.
guy don't
A
know
zombie
me.
version.
Okay. At advantage, right?
Love it.
Okay.
What?
I wouldn't love it.
No? Okay. I'm trying to think what are active resurrectionists in this
So
city.
that is going to be a 28.
28? Yeah, 28 hits. So this is a sneak attack. roll sneak attack damage and
Okay. Shh, don't laugh. I have to count. Shut up. I love you. 1. Okay, hold on. This is... I'll do Radiant first. Is
Okay.
it undead? Is something undead?
this creature is not undead.
Well, never mind. Yeah. Okay. Give me a second, guys.
Don said he got away from the finger gang at least.
Oh, man.
That is a 37.
37. So as you leap from the darkness, loose held out in front of you, it hits him in the chest from behind and straight through and ting into the stone. From where he was floating, suddenly you hear this, and he sags, and the little body kind of just slides down to the floor, sort of dead.
Is sort of dead or is he dead?
He's
Okay.
out of initiative order dead. Yeah.
Okay.
However, at the end of that turn, so as he is pinned to the ground, are you doing anything else?
Yeah. I'm gonna be like, ew! Shake him off my sword.
It doesn't come off right away. Kind of like skewer it
Yeah,
on.
and I'm just gonna like chuck him. I'm gonna like chuck him at the other two like barely alive guys.
Sure, you throw
The
them
barely
forward.
alive dead guys.
Sure, yeah, you throw one forward. I'll tell you what, for flavor, make your attack with butts on one of the undead guys, and that will count as you flinging this corpse at them.
All right. 7.
7. You know what? 1 hit point. Fine. You throw the
Thanks.
corpse of this
Thanks,
creature
buddy.
at one of the skeletons. It hits right on the spine. The whole thing snaps in half. You hear the skeleton, this undead creature, still kind of the corpse like half on the ground. The arm's still moving. It's snapped in half and essentially dead.
All right. So I'm gonna go try to find my friends.
Sure, they're doing fine probably.
So I will use my feline agility
Did
2
you-
to get as far as possible.
Did you take a turn of not moving? Because that's the only way you get feeling.
Yeah, because you use feline agility to.
You can't get it
crawl
back
up
until
the
you
wall.
do
All
nothing.
right, then normie stuff, normie movement of 30, and I'm just gonna make sure to step on top of the body I just flung. Just
Sure.
excuse me.
Yeah,
and
you,
just
you feel something break underneath you. It's a
making my
tiny
way.
body. Sure. So you walk into the room. That is your turn.
So is this whole place empty now?
Yeah, so you walk around. You see
Sick.
Heinrich at the end of the hallway running.
This battlefield is weird. There's like so much possibility for fighting in here, and almost none of it was in this room.
Yeah. That is Morwen skeletons. This brings us to the top of the round. This guy with 1 hit point and a dream is just kind of like trying to back away as best he can. That is his turn. Shay, what would you like to do? This creature, this guy in front of you, Akka dead behind you, and this creature like looming over top.
Guys getting hit.
Okay.
25.
25
Wait,
hits.
this stunned guy?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
isn't
stunned
it-
till the end of my turn.
So advantage.
It's true.
Yeah, get that crit.
I
Maybe.
didn't.
Okay.
13.
13. He does. So as you reach forward, right in the stomach, and
You
you
wanna
see
explode him, though.
his skin, this dark olive
caused
color,
this.
just goes white, and he drops to the ground unconscious. Yeah,
Unconscious or dead?
dead.
Okay. How big is this creature behind me?
Large.
So as you turn, it is size large, but it is probably about like 6.5 feet tall on all 4 legs.
So there's enough room for me to go underneath him?
Yeah, you could try.
Cool. hitting him as I go by.
Sure. So you now kind of turn and kicking off from the steps. You can't slide because it's upstairs, but you're almost like using your legs to carry you up as you like punch underneath.
28.
28 hits.
12.
12 points of damage. All right.
29.
29 hits.
For 6.
Okay.
Yeah, that's we'll do one more. 19.
19 hits, just barely.
12.
So again and again, you hit this one guy who just dies, and as you turn, you see these tentacles writhing towards you with the toothed mouths on the end. You strike one and the other, and you feel yourself doing damage, but this thing seems relatively unfazed so far. Anything else?
I'm gonna back up. Moving in the direction I came from.
Okay.
I would see Heinrich, I assume. And
You'd almost bump into me. Probably.
Yeah, he's like running. You would see like the celestial glow around the corner. You know he's there.
You see me basically like full sprint, getting ready to like skid stop around the corner. And
then I'll back up and come linger over here.
Okay. So Shay rounds a corner and then leaps back, almost crossing 20 feet with that spring. That is your turn.
Yes.
That brings us to... I thought this creature literally just went, but I guess because everybody's just running, that brings us back to him. He's not terribly smart. Can you...
wouldn't it be me? After Shay? Didn't it roll a 20?
So it goes Shay, then you rolled a 19 because you tied with
Yeah.
Akka. So
Oh, I
That's a
tied with
20.
Akka.
yeah,
Right.
So it's his turn. Akka's dead. The other guy is dead. It doesn't know where Shay is.
I mean, the only things that
Heinrich,
are
you
looking
hear
behind.
you hear this kind of
Yeah.
as it continues down the stairs.
No, fuck off. No.
It moves 60 feet down the stairs.
Why is this thing so fast?
Because it's not doing any action. It's just running.
Oh, it's just running blind.
Because it's looking for somebody to eat
It's
now. It's
also
already
like a
killed
big
some
creature
stuff.
with a lot of feet. I mean, it kind of makes sense. It's
got-
gonna
60
cover a
feet's
lot of
very
ground.
far.
Yeah, but it's
mov-
still gonna cover
its
a lot
movement
of
speed is
ground.
just 30, but it can run, so that's what it's doing.
It's got 3 legs.
That is its turn, and
3?
because everything else is dead, for the moment, I'm going to take you guys
Ew.
out of initiative order.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't like that.
You would be up next if there was something you wanted to do.
Yes.
yeah.
So
I mean, I
Heinrich,
guess
as you
I
kind
would
of
be-
like screech
I
around
would
the
screech
corner.
around the corner. I would see it lumbering down the stairs, and 2 bodies. Akka being one of them.
Yeah, certainly. The first body that you see is Akka's, kind of clad in the armor, very still.
That would be like the like hairs on the back of my neck standing up and like the sharp intake of breath. And then
Yeah.
I would see the thing running and just like assume that it just downed it. Because it's like, I'm still in panic mode. I've been running at this combat the whole fucking time.
Yeah, for sure.
I haven't gotten there. So I'm chasing after it and shooting it with everything I have.
Yeah, do it. Make your
Yeah,
attacks.
so it's three Eldritch Blasts and one Crown of Stars Bolt.
So we might be going right back into initiative order.
I mean, I want to kill this
yeah,
thing.
for sure. It just murdered Akka.
So that's 23 to hit for
That hits.
for 8 damage.
Okay.
Crit
Nice.
for 6, 12 plus 5, 17 damage.
Very nice.
And then 16.
16 misses.
Darn, okay. And then the Crown of Stars, which is, the damage on that guy is 40, 12. Here we go.
Nice.
Then it misses.
What was that?
15.
Yeah, that
So it
misses.
misses. Fuck.
So,
One bolt just goes wide.
the Eldritch Blast
I'm still running.
fly
At
through
it.
the air,
I'm still
strike
just-
it again and again and again.
I'm just,
and then-
I'll like say to Shay, like, Shay, I think Akka's down. I'm going after it. And I'm just like running after this thing.
Sure. And for what it's worth, as soon as the first thing hits, you hear, and the whole
Yeah.
thing like begins to turn. It's
Perfect.
definitely coming back.
Perfect.
But so right back into combat.
Tramples Akka's body.
That is
No.
Heinrich's turn.
No, because
Like-
we're like, I'm past
Morwen,
Akka's
what would you
body
like
now.
to do? We're back in combat. You hear Heinrich yell, Shay, Akka's down, I'm going after it. And then you just hear,
Yeah, sure. I'll just like follow Heinrich.
okay. So Heinrich is now down the steps about 10 feet. And then Morwen can move up. I think it's...
I mean, I'd stop moving if it starts to turn around.
Okay, yeah. So
I mean,
you-
because I won't be able to reach it, so I'll use dash.
Okay.
Also.
So you dash
Bonus
down the
action.
door. So you can go into the door.
1, 2, 3.
4, 5. So come right up to Akka's body. Now just like dead on the ground in front of you. Heinrich is like stepping over, running after something that's vanishing into the dark. But you see like one tentacle turn through the darkness.
Is it insensitive to loot the body? I'm just kidding.
Fucking incredibly. Although you
Of
guys,
course I wouldn't.
although you
yeah.
guys looted my dead body, granted to bring me back, but you still looted my dead body.
I kept some stuff. You didn't get it all back.
Pieces of shit.
I mean, yeah, that's my bird. I mean, if it comes close, I'm gonna ready loose on its butts.
Okay.
That's
It'll
about
be
it.
sneak attack because it's the only thing, and I'll be there too.
Also true. That is Morwen's turn. That brings us to the top of the round. Corvo's dead. The Mind Whelp is dead. Shay, what would you like to do? You see Heinrich yell this thing, run down the corridor. Morwen flies in past.
I'm gonna stop for a second because I know what the truth is down the hall.
Yeah.
And just kind of like breathe.
Okay.
And then I'm actually gonna hold my turn because Shay's not gonna willingly go back down that hallway right now.
Yeah, absolutely. That hurt. All right. That is Shay's turn. That brings us to this creature. It is going to turn, taking 30 feet of movement. It'll be 10 feet away from you, which means it is only going to get its 4 attacks with its tentacles.
4.
Yeah.
3?
Oh, sorry. 3 attacks with the tentacles and
Yeah.
then not the mouth attack.
Yeah.
So, first one is going to be a natural 20.
Of course it is.
Second one is going to be a 26.
Okay.
Third one's going to be a 27.
Okay.
So for the natural 20,
Fucking hell.
this is, at least you're not taking the bad ones. Like,
Sure.
like it could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
For the natural 20, you are taking, so roll double ones
Uh-huh.
and then not a 1 for the other one, but still pretty good. So 5, 6, 7, 14, 17 points.
Okay.
And then
Roll a dex save.
other ones.
Oh, no, it's
these
still
are the little
going.
tentacles.
Still
The-
going.
The big one is the one that really does, like, you need the con save
Sure.
and everything.
Can it reach me from there?
The big one can't, no.
Okay.
The second one is only going to be 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And the last, 8 points of damage.
Okay.
So these tentacles kind of
Yep.
biting you and slapping you, and each slap the teeth kind of dig in,
Okay.
and you feel these mouths kind of chewing on the armor.
Okay.
But that's all that it can do on its
So,
turn.
dex save for Hellish Rebuke.
Okay, yeah. Its dex is garbage. Natural 20.
Are you fucking
however,
kidding me?
That's an 18.
Oh. Let me check. Check. Ah, that ties it, so it misses. So it takes half, I think. Right?
Yeah. Still half.
Yeah, half. Oh, fuck. 16. Oh, wow. All 8s. So 24 plus 5, 29 halved down to 19. Fire. No,
14?
14.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Alrighty, so
14 fire.
as it strikes you with one of these tentacled mouths, suddenly you turn, this hellish fire rolls over it. Takes some damage, and for the first time is beginning to look a little hurt.
Perfect. Would have looked a lot more hurt if I hit it with all my shit.
Yeah, for sure. That is its turn. That brings us to Akka. Just kidding. Heinrich,
Okay.
you are up.
I mean, firing as I'm backing up with full speed, keeping us equidistant, so that's the most it can do to me.
So you're like backpedaling as it's rolling
Yeah.
up
I'm
it.
keeping
Sure,
a space where it
absolutely.
can't mouth me.
Okay.
I don't want mouthing.
Sure.
No mouthing.
No mouthing.
So, attack and then back. So we're gonna do...
I know, all your characters. You've lost 3 characters
So we're
now
doing-
in the core campaign.
So we're doing 20 plus 15 damage. So 20 to hit, 15 damage,
Okay, 20 hits.
which is max damage. And then another 26 with max damage, so another 15.
Nice.
And then,
Quickly, this thing's
Yeah.
starting to look hurt.
yeah. And then 14? That doesn't...
14 misses.
Okay. And now the real important part. So that was the action, and the bonus action
Crown of Stars.
is the Crown of Stars. Please don't fucking roll below a 7, I think was the... I don't remember the target number. 19?
19 just hits. 19 is its AC.
All right, so we got 6, 9, 15, 9, that's 24. 28 plus 5, so 31. 30. No, 28 plus 5, 33. I thought you said 30.
33?
33 points of, I think, celestial or force. Hold on. Don't remember.
I believe it
Not,
is
it wouldn't be
radiant.
celestial, it'd be radiant. It is radiant, yeah, because that's why I get the bonus to the damage, yeah.
All right. Heinrich, tell us how it happens.
Oh, fuck, okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Okay,
damage.
good. It would just be like, well, I mean, the last turn carrying over to this one, it's sort of like a rundown, hit it a bunch, it turns, and then it makes way faster progress back. And so there's like a moment of shit, and I just kind of like, nope, and just like all of it repeatedly. Just blasting.
These strikes again and
half
again.
panic, half like anger for dropping a friend.
Sure. And so each thing kind of hits it once, again and again, the Eldritch Blast ripping away parts of the flesh. As you do this final Crown of Stars blast, a
Through the mouth.
radiant beam hits it in this huge mouth as it strikes through the mouth, through the back of the head, and the whole thing just obliterates backwards.
Perfect.
You see the
skidding down
smoking
the
ruin as
stairs.
the head splits in half before it...
Yeah. Imagine like a
Down into
very
darkness.
heavy, meaty, like ceiling shaking, kind
Yeah.
of tumbling down them. Yeah.
But now, I'm going to take you out of combat as everything is dead. And... Shay, your haste drops. You feel the kind of nausea kick in for just a moment. Akka, your haste...
Oh, dude. Jesus. This is mean. All right. I guess I'll just turn to Morwen and be like, Morwen, you're the best at looting. Find out what this guy had on him, and I'll take care of Akka. Because, like, I still have no fucking idea. So I'm just going to try to start healing him.
I mean, I have a really unhealthy relationship with death, so, like, I'm like, he'll be fine. Sure, yeah. I'll go check. If he doesn't seem fine, take a finger. I've seen it work before.
Okay, yeah, sure. Whatever, anyways, because
Just
that
sleeping.
weirded me out, and I'm just going
So
to
I'm casually looting the
intuitively,
Make an investigation check.
just intuitively, like, spare the dying, lay my hands on.
Okay,
Akka, and just
yeah,
be like,
sure.
all right, holy shit.
Hang on one sec here.
It's not gonna work.
I know it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Me knows it's not gonna work. I'm trying to do you justice, man. I'm trying to help you out here from an unexpected fucking death.
Hold your hand out, and then the celestial glyphs flare to life. They spin over top Akka as if there is no creature beneath.
That's not good. I look up to Shay, I guess. Shay, were you here? What happened? What happened?
Shay's not in the hallway with you.
You're right, because you're in the other room. Like, Shay. Where's Shay? What happened? Where's everyone?
Just in the other room.
Is she okay too? We're good? You're good?
I mean,
Okay.
she was moving.
Okay. Someone has to know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably he'll wake up. You remember that we've gone through this before. He'll probably
Right.
just like wake up. You're freaking out for no reason. Come on,
Sure.
just bring
Okay.
him along.
Okay. Sure.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Whatever. All right. No. We have to get him. We have to get him to someone now. I'm just like
Yeah,
gonna. I'm slinging him over my shoulder.
Heinrich
Okay.
Panic
slinging
never
him.
helped anybody.
No effort slinging him over my shoulder.
Morwen, what was your investigation check?
I don't like the way that it feels when I sling him over the shoulder.
Question.
Because it's.
Okay.
I rolled it
No,
early
it's
and
not
I
a good
thing.
forgot. I
Do
that too.
No worries,
apologize.
no worries.
17.
17. Going through Akka's belongings with the 17. What is-
No, going through
No, I'm
the...
going through the
Okay,
other
no.
guys.
Oh.
The guy who we were chasing, because like this is obviously something related and important.
This guy.
I mean, I don't think that Akka is really dead,
This guy.
so I'm not going to loot
Yeah,
him
why would you
yet.
bother with that?
I mean, I'll loot him when he's alive and watching, or when he's dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Alive and watching.
Around the neck.
That's your thing.
Well, I mean, that's how we met. So,
Around the neck, there is a fine silver chain. But at the
Yeah.
bottom of it,
Oh.
there is this beautiful, like an amulet. It has this eye in it. And as you look at it, the eye seems almost like a glass piece that's been set with like elements of this beautiful, like a glitter almost within. And as you move it around, it doesn't move, but part of it feels like it almost blinks. There's something
Greenland?
magical about this, for sure. This amulet.
Miss Mernlin?
You say to the amulet, and there is no response.
Do I see that?
If you're watching, yeah. I mean, there's a lot going on, but
Now you're right. I probably wouldn't see it.
so you find that.
Eyeball necklace.
You find a little, like a, not quite a wallet, but it folds and snaps shut. And as you open it, and you can hear that there's money in it. This is a strange currency. You've never seen currency kind of strung on a string like this. All kind of individually the same size. But you can add 13 pieces of electrum and 4 pieces of platinum. They bear a strange symbology that you are not familiar with. Yeah.
How much platinum?
4 pieces of platinum.
Yeah, I'm rich as hell.
Additionally,
So-
he's wearing fine clothes. Yeah.
No, I'm saying
Oh.
what's up. Yeah.
He has a silvered dagger. It's a normal dagger, although along the tip of the blade there is an edge of fine silver across it.
Okay.
That is what you find.
How fine are these clothes?
Very. Bordering, certainly wealthy, yeah. They're silk, you can see like blue with this gold thread that has formed gorgeous patterns that elven may be in nature, although strange. You've never seen something like this.
If I took the fine clothes, would he be naked?
Depends on whether or
Is
not
he
you're taking
wearing
his yeah, he's wearing
undergarments?
undergarments. Yeah.
I'll take the clothes.
Okay. You remove
I don't
the
want to
clothes.
leave
Battered
him naked
body.
because that's too
Yeah.
humiliating.
Take
For what it's
everything.
worth, they're not bloody.
Unremovable
You know,
loincloth.
he was
Throw a body
basically
down the stairs.
he was basically bludgeoned to death, and then he got like the final blow was like in the face. He's not. They're not bloody, so they're perfectly fine clothing.
Very fine clothes.
Yeah.
A little ruffled.
But that was what you
Fix that
found.
later for. We'll flip them.
There you go.
We'll flip them for a profit.
Make another investigation check if you're removing the clothing.
And flipping them over for a profit.
He's wearing a bra. 13. Is he wearing a bra?
No,
Okay.
just little nipple tassels.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're going back to
we're back
OG.
to that.
OG shit. We got fuzzy handcuffs.
No, he's wearing
zebra
essentially what are
dildo
tighty-
and whatever
You
else.
like tidy whities.
Yeah.
essentially. But he lays there now in his tidy whities, dead on the stairs.
Well,
Bruises forming across all of his body.
Fucking good.
Does he have jewelry? Does
You
he have
took
like
the-
earrings?
No, so very, very interestingly, no piercings. You see, there is no place for
Everyone's
the earrings
piercings
to
in
be.
D&D.
No, so a lot of people don't. Elves don't.
Yeah.
You guys, I think, may have met one.
It's
elf
old
that had
school. Tattoos and piercings
that
are
was-
still a
that was
little
Akka.
not
so
accepted in
Akka's
the
the
main
only
job
elf that
market.
you guys have met whose ears are pierced. There's one other elf in the game whose art is in the art roll that you guys never met. It was a super cool villain that you guys were like, nah, fuck Farshore.
Yeah.
And you guys
Because, like,
just-
fuck Farshore.
Yeah.
I guess.
Anyhow,
I mean, I have a ton.
you pick up those things.
Of all of
You
them.
pick up Akka. Shay, what are you doing?
Waiting for
Recuperating.
the rest of them to emerge from the hallway because
Okay.
I'm not going down there.
So where are you all headed with your various loads?
I mean, I'm just like, all right, we got to get him back.
Wait, what's this creature?
That you just saw?
Yeah.
Down
be
the
killed.
stairs. It's down the stairs.
Make a flat intelligence check. You've never seen this before.
I'm wondering if I can take one of its little, like, you know?
So do you want to go down and look at the body?
Progressing further into the unknown.
You look down.
With
there's
more
just darkened
enemies?
stairs, little streaks of blood as it kind of was like knocked down the stairs.
We can just fucking come back.
Okay.
Okay.
Thinking I might regret not taking one of them little tentacles, but let's go.
I'm just saying we have to get Akka to someone now. We gotta.
Okay,
Time
yeah,
is
I'm
of
ready
the
to
essence.
go. You told
Time
me
is
to
of the
loot the
fucking
body.
essence.
I looted the body.
Yeah, good. As I'm like walking, you're like
He's
this
naked.
way.
Yeah, I looted him. Yeah.
This way. Did you find anything important? Was this worth our time?
Yeah, there's really nice clothes.
That's a horrible thing to say. Is there anything important that you found on him?
I don't know. There's just like this necklace with an eyeball on it. It seemed really important. A few other things.
Give me that.
No.
Let me see it. As I'm walking, I'm just like holding my hand.
With one hand, you're like
Yeah,
holding
well, 'cause it's
Akka.
26
Yeah,
strength.
no, absolutely.
So,
You have
23
great
strength,
strength.
sorry.
Yeah, you're strong.
Yeah.
Pretty light.
It's like Akka's fully armored body that you're just
Yeah,
holding.
yeah. And just like a mage,
Still, though, that's a
mage
lot.
handing over to Morwen, like expectantly without looking. Like it's kind of behind me, I guess. A mage handing behind me so that my mage hand is in front
Let's
of her
focus
waiting
on
for
one
it.
thing at a time. Let's get Akka to whoever you think we
Yeah.
should take him, and then you can look at the eyeball.
Just need to see if I need to hide it in the bag. Okay, can I get it? I'm not looking at you. I'm walking out. We're leaving. We're
I'm
trying
running
to...
up in front of you.
Okay.
And showing it to you.
So Morwen's now like walking backwards, just holding
Okay,
every now and then,
de-
tripping on some like bones. And
Quick
stuff, but-
detect magic at it.
Yeah. So as you cast detect magic,
If there's
there
any
is-
divination, I'm grabbing it and stuffing the bag.
So interestingly, so let me actually.
Because I don't
check
want
this
I want as minimum time for something that's possibly
let me check
watching
this
us.
school.
Because it's stupid to hold that shit out there. We've had this problem before, and I want to get rid
I
of
was
this
never
stuff.
holding it out there. It's in my bag.
Yeah, I know. But like alternate dimension, can't listen.
I'm not
either.
wearing. I don't have it like as like a what is it monocle on my own eye, like watching us.
Not like the
and,
Rudlin, not the Rudlin headlamp that you used to have.
Yeah, exactly.
So it is powerful abjuration magic.
Okay, not divination. No divination.
No.
I'll just sort of like retract the hand. You can keep it,
Thank you.
and then I'm hustling out. Like Shay, come on, we got to get him to someone. Uriel's watch the guild, the what is it called?
Heinrich,
Antiquities collection.
I think we should take it
Yeah.
to the
do they have a means of reviving the dead?
Mr. Gift might.
I don't know. Those two are the only powerful organizations we've had touch with. That's the best place I can think of. And
I
we
think
gotta
we
be
should
quick.
take him there. That's where he stays. That's where people know him the best. And if they can't, then sorry
Good.
to volunteer you, but you could run up and go grab Uriel's watch and let them know what happened. The
Good enough
quickest.
idea. Good enough idea.
Thank you. I have them.
I'm just trying to rush out. I'm not like wasting time.
All right, let's hustle.
No conversation is worth stopping if it might lose someone.
I don't
begin
think
to
anyone's
move.
stopping.
And as you
No one's
guys
talking or
walk
talking.
through these places, you can see these piles of bones still not moving. You'd imagine.
Can I
should-
blast the last zombie like
No, let's go through
cinematically out
this
of the
way.
way?
Yeah,
Go
sure.
through this way. There's no zombies this way.
Oh, true.
And no ladder or anything.
True.
Yeah.
You're right. Fuck
I
that.
am. Thank you.
You're
Again.
true.
So as you take this path,
Yeah.
you walk in, and the first thing that you notice is that there is a difference in the air here now. There is this taste almost as you walk in of iron that enters as you enter in, almost blood. But you walk in, this building in front of you, the stacks of bones to either side.
I'm very uneasy in this room.
Sure.
Yeah, me too. And I'm kind of like, just ignore the thing in the other room.
And Heinrich, you haven't been here yet, and so looking around, you can see stacks of neatly organized bones, rows of femurs, with then rows of skulls on top, and then more femurs to form walls. Every now and then you see these strange cases with like weird bone mutations, and so uneasy already in the space as you walk by, like yeah.
Another bone maze with weird mutation things. I'm
Very
like, is this the mutation room?
Yeah, don't look what's in the middle of the room.
Okay. Can I like find a way to hug the wall?
Yeah. So you can kind of go off to the
He
left
hugs
instead
this
of
one, and I'm like, not that wall.
you go in further around. You pass, the lobster boy and long lad, this like super stretched out bones. The arms and the legs are almost twice as long as they should be, and the torso and head are totally normal. Kind of hunched in this case. But you pass without issue, and as you get closer to the door, you can see off to your right this. The door is shut, although whether it's locked or not, hard to tell.
Okay.
There are barred windows, and you see faint, dark blue, almost like a navy light, that sheds a dim light in the center of that room. You just barely see the edges of it from here.
Okay. This room is weird.
I'm going to, knowing what it is,
Yeah.
I'm going to look to
Is
see
it
if
the-
anything
yeah, is it
has
magical?
changed.
So turning and looking in, you can see.
I guess I would be like, I would see through unless it's, what is it? Inch of lead, foot of stone.
Yeah,
But it's
and it's just barred windows, so you can see through.
So then, yeah.
You see broken glass kind of littered across the ground, the light from this navy source reflecting off of it like tiny stars in the ground. But sitting up in this case, you see three kind of skeletal heads, the mouths hanging open, wrapped in these chains. You see beautiful kind of celestial glyphs across. You see elvish across some of the other ones, and these chains seem designed to keep this thing in place, but divine, not arcane magic. And as you look at it, still having detect magic cast up, none of that is reading as magic. In
Sure.
fact, there is this orb around this creature where it seems as if no magic exists at all. Like the weave itself almost comes apart there.
Like, this room sucks. Why'd you come in here? That thing looks fucking creepy. Let's get the hell out of here.
And you can
No,
see
that's what I
all
said.
6 eyes are focused on you. There's no reaction. It doesn't seem to move, but it watches.
Okay, I'm just gonna turn my head and be like,
It hasn't moved
Okay.
or anything. Nothing's changed since I've seen it last. Correct?
So it seems like it
sitting up.
sat up and the glass shattered as it sat
Oh.
up.
and
Ew!
all
And
and
ew!
all of the bones.
Oh, I'm running.
Allie,
No.
Allie, and all the bones in the room are neatly stacked instead of just piles everywhere. That was the first thing you said.
Well, no. So
No,
for
they were
so in
stacked.
this room,
I thought they were
yeah.
like haphazardly, like everything.
No, yeah. So
Where you picked off.
So just like they are in there, you can see in one room it is very organized.
It's like
the other is just
femur,
piles of broken
head,
bones.
femur,
Behind all the
trigger,
stacks, you can see there are like piles of broken bones behind them.
And so that didn't change. Okay, I thought it like got up, walked out,
No,
cleaned up
it-
the bones, and then sat back down.
Place is
That's
filthy.
Yeah, this place is a mess.
So- He
I like literally
he's just
thought it was like
staring
a
at you because you
weird,
haven't
creepy
showered
bone
in a
collector
while.
or something.
All that
Okay.
seems to have happened is that it sat bolt
Oh,
upright,
no one did the dishes.
shattering the glass on the case, and now it just sits, the torso up, like it's sitting up, all 3 heads staring kind of at Heinrich. As Heinrich passes, the mouth's hanging open, but no sound
Okay,
coming
I'm
out.
gonna do that, slow, like, zoom into the face. Subtle, like, shake of the head, and then walk the hell out of this room.
Yeah, I'm hustling.
Fantastic. Shay, what are you doing?
She's
Following.
going in and introducing herself.
You follow, and the same thing. You see this creature and just kind of watch as all of you pass out the door.
I'm not really paying attention.
Fair enough. All of you make your way through the various hallways of this catacomb, and you can emerge from the replica of Castle Koch into this dark, catacomby place. You can see now there are torches gathered at the entrance.
Yeah.
A larger conglomeration of soldiers now kind of set up.
Yeah, I'm rushing out and be like, we need help, we need to get him right to the Antiquities Collective.
Okay. And so this group of people begins to kind of run forwards. You see a torch raise up, and then somebody turn and go, "We need help over here!" More people begin to rush forward, but because it is 11:57, now is a perfect place to stop for the evening. So thank you for joining us for Adventures in Alberon, our 5e D&D campaign. Matt, another character has
Oh my
died.
gosh.
So that was
Fill in the graveyard,
Gunter
my
died
dude.
first, and then you had Honesty for one session before
He's not
blocked
dead, he's just like
into
in,
the Shadowfell to never be seen again currently. He's still currently, I'll tell you, he's alive.
Yeah. Well, didn't we like try to talk and there was a weird like, oh no, he gave the stone or someone else had the stone.
Somebody else has the stone.
Yeah, that's
you
right,
remember
I got coupons.
they mentioned
That's right, we had the weird like rune thing appear in my
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Yeah.
what is that?
I've got the business card.
Yeah.
sort of. However,
Like access.
so honestly, and then technically you have Glub somewhere out in the world, who is Gunter.
Maybe he's coming back.
Yeah, there you go. I love that idea. All of a sudden, from the bones emerges this little blue growing. Oh, hello.
we just walked by like a nice like mud bath spa and he's just like in a mud bath. Like, I finally found one.
I came here with Nilly Winslow. What a nice guy.
Yeah.
So, a couple things to get into real quick before we sign off. And Tina, you are signing us off. But,
Oh shit. Get ready,
Talon
it's weird.
asks a question of Akka. Talon asks, since you... This is so perfect. Since
It
you've been with the
seems
Finger Gang for a bit
insensitive.
now, do you believe that you will stay with them for the long term? Or are you looking for a way to run away whenever you get the chance?
Till I fucking die, baby.
That's response.
Oh, man. So, literally,
Fucking
Talon...
die, BB.
I'm going to say that was the best use of channel points of all time. Truthfully. One for the books. Fantastic. So,
I love it.
with
I love
that,
it.
Let me pull up our sign-off music here.
Oh boy.
And Tina, actually, hang on, wait, I got a thing for this. Players only.
Oh shit.
And then I think, go down to... Bam. Good.
Ah!
Oh, look at that. Will Matt be able to make a character that lasts in this campaign? Are we just going to keep making fun of it? Tune in next week and find out.
We'll see you then.